Was this crazy again? Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Yo.
Aye.
And Ozzy, who's not having a good Thursday.
Oh dear.
Right, everything should be fine. Let me put some music on. Okay.
Okie doke.
Casters.
That's me.
I started programming, what's it called? The Nest background.
Theropods?
Oh, it looks really weird on streams. The stream, it looks like we both got exactly the same thing open.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason it's not showing the game.
Matching blue skies.
Hold on, let me just get this up. I think I don't have it on this scene. Hello, Soxy Creations.
It's Foxy.
Hello.
Okay, what am I doing? New.
What am I doing?
Window capture. Work stuff. Oh, it's just annoying, yeah. People at work. Whoa, that's big. Okay, yeah. So I started programming the Nest background.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazon crawls kind of weirdly, like the speed, I can't get it right, and I don't have like that much control, I guess. If you want to look at the stream and tell me when you can see. Or I may as well start walking around.
It's not moving at the
Like
moment.
that's like the best speed I could get.
It's not
And
bad.
that looks fine, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, but it looks fine animation wise. I'm wondering if it's annoying for the player if it goes slow, but I think
You're
I don't
wondering.
know.
You're
I mean, it's okay.
say the again.
I'm saying if it would be an animation movie, it would look perfect. I'm just wondering if it would be too slow for. I don't think it could be any faster though. It would
Oh
be,
no,
would
I
it?
think it makes sense in this situation.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
happy with the speed, yeah, sure.
No, it looks good. It looks good for sure. And remember the last one?
What did you think of my redrawing of the bush, by the way? I don't know if you were
Oh, right.
okay with it.
I'm seeing it. I have the old one.
That looks like it's got the layer overlay, something else layered over it at the moment.
Yeah, it looks cool, Sarah.
Does it?
I don't.
Something
There's
laid over it.
covering it. Got the-
Where?
For some
That's-
reason, Mosey is being racist and thinks that I have 40,000 cousins because I'm Greek. I have 2 cousins, literally. That's all.
Yeah, the one that I drew is kind of behind something. I think. I don't think I drew that one.
Like a foreground. Oh, there is a. Maybe.
He must have drawn it. Let me. I
didn't
thought
draw
that's
that.
the one that I downloaded.
Maybe I did. No, I think I just. I think it's just baked into the background. The one I did.
Oh yeah, no,
Like-
this is the background.
Like
I'm
Matt
pretty
was
sure
when
there's
you were
no
drawing
there's
it.
no bush
baked
there,
into
or
the
unless
back.
maybe I've. Hold on. Let me double
I'm
check.
confused.
Let me double check. Because I just chuck things in. It could be from like the prototype still.
Might be the pro. Yeah, because I just drew it into the background. I think. Unless you need me to separate it out.
So maybe I don't remember what there was in the maybe this is Costas' hold on.
It looks suspiciously like mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
My
it
one-
is. That's what I was
My
wondering.
one's behind it, I think.
But it's confusing because this is
Because I was like, I wonder how Matt thought I did such a good job that he was imitating it.
no, this is the bush.
The mighty
Also, is it? I don't think I drew that one.
That's the one that I downloaded from the drive.
Because I didn't save it as a separate asset. I don't think.
No, that's
Sorry.
part of the background.
Yeah.
So maybe you shouldn't drink and drive.
What?
Drink and then go drive.
Oh, I see what you mean. Because like, yeah, the one that I just sent in the group chat. I mean, it's tiny. Is the one I downloaded.
Yeah, that's my one. The background. Yeah, with the bush there.
So what is going on? In
But if
AGS?
you got like an object, have you got like an object there or something?
Well, no, this is the object. This bush that's in the sky. So I don't see what else would be there.
This is a match stream. Match 3 stream. Oh, I see. Good.
What's match 3?
One of those games that you have to like match jewels. Right, it's like the same background. Basically. Also,
That's why we have 3 people on the.
could you adjust my webcam thingy to be a bit up? So
Get the King's reference.
Your
my screen, my
I was
capture.
gonna say
yeah.
your webcam. Oops,
Well,
oops.
well, you know what I mean.
Can you just go to Matt's house and move the
Is that
webcam
better?
because he's drawing at the moment? He can move it.
It'll take a moment to.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it.
But I can put that bush in a separate asset if you want to move it around.
No. I don't think we need to. I'm just trying to work out.
Hmm.
Is that correct now? Maybe that's what it was. The object was.
I think it was just an object. Yeah.
Yeah, it's now in the sky.
Flying bush.
I thought it looks kind of strange. Okay. Oh, I have this weird issue with
Matt?
and I think it's just me not knowing what I'm doing, is that when you interact with an object, everything's fine. The cursor changes to the red version. But when you interact with a hotspot, it doesn't want to do that. Which is why quite often I'll make something an object instead of just having it as a hotspot on the background. But like, it should be doable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is he like detecting what it is? Like saying if at mouse is like.
Yeah, see, I tried that, and it just doesn't seem to really want to do it. It does it for hotspots for the exit arrows, But I think that's the problem. It also might be to do with my mouse. I'm not sure what the problem is. There's something I need to fix.
Yeah, it should be alright.
Okay, what am I doing today? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, actually, that reminds. Do you have a sprite of the Amazon sort of sitting on or doing? What is she? How does she like get into this gap? Like, is this gap big enough for her to climb through?
Climb underneath, I guess.
I basically traced the size and I've made it a bit bigger now. I traced the size off the guide that you gave me.
I guess to see what causes things, because this situation is like the better one where we haven't actually done the animations yet. But are we going to reuse the animation?
I would reuse the climb animation.
Okay,
and
so let me
probably
find
the
that.
sitting animation would be the one I have on my screen now, I think.
Okay, let me find the one from the demo.
She's always sitting on branches.
Well, there's not a lot to do in this at this time period.
When did Twitch get so smart with the ad blocker? Now I see it on our stream. Hello, if you're seeing this and you're not already on Twitch.tv, click here to get the best Twitch experience. If you're seeing this and you're already on Twitch TV, please review your third-party tools. Go away.
Go away. Yeah.
And then it says the stream will resume shortly. Thanks for watching.
Or is this going to be a really annoying thing where I don't have all the demo assets? No, I must do.
I mean, it's not a huge problem for now. I was just wondering.
Okay, so it's this one, but I don't know how it is positioned. Like, I have a feeling she's just walking on the spot, climbing on the spot.
Yeah, got it. So yeah, that's about works.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know that AGS also has Linux?
Linux.
What do you mean it also has Linux?
Like,
I mean, you can export to Linux. I don't know how.
Ah, I see.
What does he mean to run AGS on Linux?
Hey, Deluxe Turks.
Hello. Getting really productive vibes this morning from us. You or
That's where you're wrong.
depends on who you're talking about.
Hi, Buildosaurus.
Hey,
We didn't start that long ago,
No, you're
like
not
10
late.
minutes.
yeah.
A Buildosaurus is never late or early. He arrives exactly when he needs to.
Matt, your comments about the Fire Nation the other day made me start What's Avatar for the first
The other
time.
day, that's like 3 weeks ago or more. In fact, it might have been last month.
I technically started a week ago, but I'm not binge watching it. I'm just watching an episode every once in a while.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good show.
Yeah, so far, I mean, I'm digging it. I know it's a child's thing, but I know it gets serious at some points, and I dig the characters, so I want to see what happens.
Apparently, Nickelodeon have started a new animation studio to make more
I saw
Yeah,
that.
Avatar stuff. So that's
I
pretty
saw
cool.
something today about that.
It's pretty exciting, I suppose.
Lux like saying as opposed to any other day where it's all messing around. Yep, I mean, sounds like any other day to me. Not for you, perhaps. Okay, so this comes here. Oh, we need to put some X.
Ooh, programming. Your programming's so tidy. I can't believe. Like mine's just a disgrace. Which you will see when I come to implement all the action stuff into the. Maybe I'll properly comment it when I actually do that. It all makes sense to me in my head. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's The Last Airbender? I love it, and I'm also currently watching Legend of Korra. Yeah, I'm watching The Last Airbender for the first time ever. It's pretty cool. I mean, I must be like 10 episodes in, not many, but
It's not very long in total, really. You can get through it quite quickly.
My favorite's my favorite's the film. I watched like 10 minutes of that maybe and like
oh,
tried
that's
to
what you
rip
mean.
my
the live
eyes
action?
out.
I can't in good conscience work on this game anymore.
No, I promise I didn't watch more than like 5 minutes. I couldn't.
You mean okay, the live action film? I
Yeah.
thought for some reason we were talking about some animation.
Of course I'm joking. I don't know what anyone can seriously say that. It's awful.
I've heard people say it's alright.
Also the same amount of awfulness as a Dragon Ball Z film, right? Having as much to do with the Dragon Ball Z as the animation.
There was a Dragon Ball.
Z
Yeah, like a
film.
live action one, like
You're in
American.
if you even Google that, it looks like horrible. It looks like worse than Avatar film would be in comparison.
Apparently, the only good thing to come out of that was it was so bad that the original creator came back and said, "I'm going to make more of it, of the original stuff."
More live action.
Oh wait, I remember seeing that. Oh well, no, I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing
Yes.
yeah, advertised. Yeah, it looks ridiculous. Yep. No, the hair is so bad.
What's that at some point?
You watched it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's your own fault.
Goku hair doesn't work in real life. Yeah, I don't think the film works in real life either. You know, I kind of hate those. I hate that they do like let's say Dragon Ball or Warcraft or something, and then they start like really slow with the story. Like we're gonna do like a really obscure villain, or like really it's gonna be a really origin story, They don't like dive into the bad guys. Like they don't do Goku and Frieza. They do Goku and like maybe Piccolo or something. Uh, because in their back of their heads, they're like, let's see how this film does, and then if it does well, we're gonna make 40 other films. Like, just fucking do the good thing first. Don't do like a shitty story just to get us interested in it.
I watched that Monster Hunter film that came out the other day. It was crap.
Oh.
What's that? Monster
I didn't know
Hunter?
there was one.
Based on the games.
Oh, right. With Mila Jovovich? What was it?
Yeah. It could have been quite good, but it
The
wasn't.
trailer didn't look as bad. I mean, it looked like a generic action film, but not like a bad action film. I don't know how faithful was the game. Probably nothing like the
I
game.
don't really know enough about the game to say
I mean,
fully, but
I know it doesn't have people with guns and like jeeps
yeah.
traveling to a dimension with monsters. And the X hats, then the Sarah's not a pain in the ass, the sequence to remember. Sarah's gonna have so much fun.
With what?
If it confuses me. Well, you're more organized than me, so maybe you didn't make sense of it.
Matt,
Hello.
do you have any idea how to, in AGS, have the walk cycle, but whenever you stop walking, it does like an animation? So like, for example, she's crawling and then it goes into a sitting
Yeah.
position when she stops.
Or like an idle animation sort of thing.
I guess. I don't know if an idle is constantly repeating itself though. And I don't know, I've tried to set idle animation, but it won't do it.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
Well, I guess you could do something like if player is not walking, you could just say set a frame or something.
Okay.
Maybe that would work.
Yeah,
If
let me try
player
that.
like if player dot moving equals false or something.
Is that in like repeatedly execute, do you think?
Yeah, in ref.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might work. You might have to put some extra stuff in there, but I think that should work.
I like Matt's sketch of the foreground. What I would do.
I'm just drawing the sort of rough leaves out at the moment. Oops.
She runs, goes back to this.
Oh yeah, I would have to add more if depending on what direction she was facing as well.
Oh yeah.
But let me first see if it actually works.
Have you got this in? Yeah, just in the room file. Yeah, not rather than globally or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, when I do idle animations and stuff, I don't rely on the game's inbuilt stuff because I want mine control over it. I want better control over it, so I just usually custom write it.
Oh, Builder starts talking about idle animations, but
She's repeating it over and over now.
we actually don't have any idle animation. I
Oh,
mean,
she actually got. Did she actually do an animation when she
Yeah,
stopped?
yeah. I tried to do it once, but obviously it's repeatedly execute. So
I guess you could put like a timer in.
Wait, Sarah, what animation is that?
sorry.
What animation is she doing there?
Going from crawling to sitting.
Oh, I see. She looked like she was picking up something.
Oh yeah, you can just say like. You could set it like a boolean to say like sitting, like ball sitting, and then once she's done it once, you can say.
That's something I have no idea how to do. I've heard of them, but
I mean, a boolean is just true or false. It's just 1 or 0 essentially. It's just an integer with 2 options.
how do you? Is it like a global variable?
Yeah,
Or is
yeah,
it completely? Is
you
it?
can put it in the room. You could just declare it at the top of the room if you want, in the header. Just trying to think how you would do it, how you do the code.
See how I would do that is I just make a global variable and.
You could do it there as well. I mean, I suppose if you want to do it in other rooms, you might as well make it global.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen in other rooms because I guess this is the only one where she crawls.
Mm. That's a bit dark. And I guess that'd be.
I made this spaceman in the Amazon hide from the pterodactyl seconds before he comes down.
Just trying to think of a.
Can't you just add the line like wait X seconds? I know nothing about programming, so I don't know, says Buildersaurus.
So yeah, if you have it, if player dot moving equals true and player animated, like if you like player idle animation, or not idle, but yeah, finishing animation or whatever boolean you want to call it equals false, then she will do the animation. And then once she's done the animation, you can just set it to block it with that boolean as well.
What's Boolean going on?
Yeah.
So when the game checks in repeatedly execute, that if that boolean is false, then or whatever.
I also then need to do something for when she then starts moving again.
Yeah, then you can just say when if player equals moving to set that boolean back to where it.
And will it then go back to the correct animation for crawling?
And then
then she has to do the animation the other way around to start crawling again. Does she, Custos?
Huh?
You know you did an in-between animation for when she stops
I
crawling
see.
and goes to the sitting position. Yes?
Sure.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, she goes, there's the idle walk, and then she goes, there's a transitional animation where she goes back to standing.
Oh, no, from crawling to sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the crawling animation, then you did an idle animation where she goes to the sitting position. So when she starts crawling again, do I need to then run that animation backwards?
Yeah, reverse that and
Okie dokie.
transition.
Okay. Well, that script pterodactyl nest.
Yeah, what the hell did you do that?
Yeah.
You're making a website for like the 1993 America Online now.
I got carried away one day a while ago and did that for all the titles. I just made it a little bit more visual for me because I find it hard staring at loads of text.
If nothing, at least people can play your code and entertain.
Don't look at that code just yet.
What code? Oh.
I'm just trying to write some out for you and see if it would help. Like you could put like declare the boolean in the header of the script, just anywhere in the like at the top of the room, and then like put that in repeatedly execute.
Matt, what are you saying there? You're speaking
Okay.
code.
So what that's doing is like
So you
when the
just make
player's
it
when the
one
player's moving, it's checking for when the player's moving or stop moving, and then if that boolean equals false, and then once it's run, it'll set it to true, so it won't run again, and then you just run the animation once. So
Okay.
she will do the animation, and then when she stops moving again, you can just set that set anim to be
Yeah.
false again.
Okay.
I
When
think
you
that
say to put
might work.
the bullshit anim equals false in the header, does that mean it doesn't have to be under any like
No, it
function?
doesn't have to be in
It's
any
fine.
function.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Just in like just at the top of the room script. Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can put it in a global variable if you want.
Let's try this because I mean
I'm just trying to think if that'll work. It might work. In the simplest terms, I'm not sure how. So where I've written run animation, yeah, you just put the animation and then just play it once and like no block or block, whichever you want. Should work either way, I think.
Let's see.
Actually, you won't be able to do a blocking animation, so it'll have to be no block. It won't let you do blocking animations in a repeatedly execute, I don't think.
It did when I
Oh,
tried
oh.
it, and it kept repeating it over and over, so it was like constantly blocked. So I think that's why. Like,
Oh well, yeah. Oh, this is rep. This isn't repeatedly execute always, is it? Just rep.
Oh, should it be in
rep
always?
XLR. It doesn't matter. Repeatedly execute is just
Can't
it
remember
will
what the
run
difference
blocking
is.
animations, but always overrides blocking animation. It overrides everything,
Oops, put no block.
I believe.
This is the problem. Dot moving is not a public member of character.
Well, I don't actually know. I can't remember what the code is. So if player is moving equals false or whatever, I don't know.
I had one there that was fine. Oh, it's capital M. Maybe.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Because I did
Should
that on my one and it
autocomplete.
worked.
I could never remember exactly what everything is.
No, impossible. Oh, wait, I put no block again.
I'm curious if it should work.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
What happened?
That's that she's. I just put in what you did, and she's crawling now, but like she's doing the animation for the idle animation.
Oh.
It's moving. Okay, so I need to get my head around this.
Is there a command for dot walking or
like moon crawling instead of moon walking?
What do you mean dot walking?
dot moving? And you put that walking, that moving equals false thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. Like no, it's fine. It works. It's just the problem is making her to start walking again to make sure she's on the right view.
Oh, or you would have to do that in the global script somewhere. Just to.
Would I?
Yeah, you would just have to say when it activates that walk cycle.
But it's only for this one.
Or you could do if player equals moving, then you can just set it back to the right, but then it might keep. You're gonna do that once.
I could put in something extra saying she's on that side of the screen, the bottom of the screen, right? Because like she's gonna be walking properly as well. Sorry, if player.
I mean, you could just put a flag in the global script for it to only work in that room. Say if player equals room dot equals whatever room it is.
You reckon I can't do it in the room script?
You might be able to do it in the room script, but it might be easier to do it in the global. Because you just have to activate it when you click on a walk, when you click to walk somewhere.
Right. Hold on. Let's play around.
But me program bad, so
Me program
So speak-
worse.
me speak bad word.
Now she doesn't want to move. Oh, does that make sense? Yeah, it would have to be in global, wouldn't it? Because it's when you click.
Yeah, you could just put. I mean, you could just put a flag to make sure it only happens in this room, just to make sure it doesn't confuse any other things going on in the game.
I might just make myself a note to do this some other time.
Remember to make sure it checks that set anim back to false as well. So it remembers to do the thing again.
Yeah.
This in theory might not need an object covering it and fading away, because you could just sort of transition it slowly into it. If you see what I mean, maybe.
How do you mean?
So as you scroll up, it just sort of background fades into it, looking like it's inside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Perhaps.
But then the sky needs to do that too?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just sort of.
I was gonna suggest that, but I don't know if it's possible. Like I stopped myself saying that earlier. Like if it can transition on background, but I don't know how.
Because like where I don't know if you can see where I've highlighted it.
Highlighted.
Or like drawn a box around it. Or could draw a. Hold on.
Can't quite see.
Oh.
Like I was like Sarah just like trying to see but going like this.
Well, it's hard because like I've got reflection on my screen as well. Like it looks different no matter where my head is.
Because that's the sort of size of a normal room. That's the size of the room. So as it's scrolling up, it could just transition within the background to look like it's inside rather than.
Kind of like. You remember that shot in the trailer where it goes from campfire to Theropods? I just had like shit tons of foreground there, but it was technically the same background. Did you draw that part or did I compose it?
Oh, can't remember. I think you might have
that
done
was a good transition on camera. Like that didn't go into fading, I guess. But it's a little weird now.
And this could just, and like obviously this tree could just extend out this way, so you don't really need the.
Yeah. You got this guy.
Yeah, so it could just transition towards where roughly the screen size is, which would be
how they from the whole foliage of the tree they managed to fall on the tiny branches.
Yeah. It's Nathan.
Hey.
Hello.
Imagine if Nathan wanted to rebrand his name from Nathan as well. He was like, I'm George from now on. That's better for marketing.
My Twitch page is like glitched to have the unfollow button highlighted all the time. It's trying to tell me something. Instead, you can have that.
How are you doing, Nathan? How's the? He had some super sweet screenshots from the demo you're working on. You get an email about Ludo and Archon where they said they have a lot of submissions and they're gonna get back to people a little later. And Nathan's gonna say, no, they told me they got me in. Just send you the bullshit email. Oh god, this scene is such a nightmare. I realized I don't have an idle animation for the pterodactyl snoring. So it looks like it didn't die.
Right, I've made myself a note.
Ooh, early March, says Nathan. We're gonna keep him to his word, and if it's not here early March, which is literally next week. You put the fourth camera on the top left for the cat. It's not gonna break the fourth wall. Whose cat though? Sarah has a cat, right?
My cat?
No, I choked
I don't
math.
even know where my cat is. She's sleeping in the other room. Oh, this cat. This cat.
Cat life.
Wait, what's happening? Early March or mid-March?
Next week, Nathan is planning to release his demo.
Ooh.
Is it?
Hopefully early March, just
He was
literally
saying early
next
March,
week.
and I was like, "Ooh, next week." I was like, "Oh no." Nathan realized how time works after you said that. Do pterodactyl snore? I mean, this one snores because the thing is that I don't want people to think it's dead. Because you like throw a blow dart on it or whatever. So, stuff. And I just wanted to make sure that you don't kill any dinosaurs, just because, would have been a little cruel to do.
Right.
It would be even worse. That's kind of like what I don't want to do with pterodactyls here.
The stream's going a bit red. Sorry, guys. Hit the
Oh,
Twitter,
the Twitter
cats.
cat.
Yeah, that's my
your
cat.
picture.
Oh, I forgot to tweet the retweet. I mean, retweet the tweet.
Oh, I should probably say,
44 minutes late. Whoops.
Oh, I didn't read it.
I should probably post this picture of the streamers that we rated last week, where they did nice drawing of dinosaurs on stream for us.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were like, "Tell us what dinosaur we want to draw," and we were doing they were sketching at the time.
Oh yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't here last week.
One was like a realistic dinosaur, and the other one was like a cute, but like humanoid dinosaur.
A dinosaur.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was gonna be left hanging there. I would have been pretty upset.
So what I missed?
I don't know.
I was
really
here. I was just not listening.
You just missed a pun.
My coffee and focus.
Replic command. What's replic commando?
Republic Commander.
Oh, Star Wars Republic Commando, PS4 and Nintendo Switch, April 2. What is Republic Commando?
Star Wars game.
I get that.
Many years ago.
All I remember is Rebel Assault, and it was amazing.
Well, that was even more many years ago.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
You just dated yourself.
Yep. That was a really good game, though.
Yeah, indeed. What was?
Rebel Assault.
Oh, is that the Star Wars games that are first-person shooters?
Yeah, kinda. Yes. I don't. Yeah, I think you get to shoot in it, but I also remember flying ships. I think it was like a bit of both. It's a rail shooter video game. That's why I'm kind of confused. Because you're like, you know, the kind that you're sort of stuck on one screen.
No, I'm really confused. What
I
that
think a
is.
rail shooter video game is like a lot of those arcade shooting games where like you're stuck on one screen, you shoot, and then when you finished, it then goes to the next section. Like it's on a
Like
railway
tra-
track.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's
Beat them ups though, but I don't know. I'm really confused.
no, there's shooting ones too, arcade ones. But yeah, I think that's kind of what Rebel Assault was like. But you also got to fly stuff in that one, right?
I don't remember.
You're off the rails, should there, Sarah?
No. No.
This is not acceptable.
It is what you'll get, though. It is what we got.
Okay, what am I doing?
And that was funny as the little experiment I did with filming myself, so that I would feel more embarrassed if I would be getting up or looking at my phone or going on Facebook or whatever.
Because the
while I
camera's
was
constantly
working
on you.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt some kind of pressure.
Why don't you feel embarrassed on stream then?
Because half my job is to talk to people and be entertaining, so it doesn't feel that bad.
Hi, Rob.
So
It's going good.
Hi, Rob.
good. Start saying shit about me not working on stream.
It's Rob, the music man.
Call him Rob the Music Man.
Is
We
that
need
his
to
little
theme,
theme
like-
song?
Yeah.
It is now.
Mm. That will do for now. No problem, Rob. You can you got the rights to make music for it if you want. They're all yours. Is that 76 trombones I hear? It is. My imitation of a trombone. Okay. Cut.
I'm going to get a refreshment.
Okey-dokey.
Teriyaki soda.
That
He likes
sounds
everything teriyaki.
revolting. By the way, I'm gonna leave out the idle animation for now.
What?
I'm gonna leave the idle animation out for now.
Where is he sitting?
Yeah.
Oh, the animation was transitioning.
Which is
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
confusing for when she picks up. No, it works. It's not
After
that
all
bad.
this work?
After all what work?
After all this time? Always.
What do you mean?
I thought you were working at all this time.
Oh, well no, Matt helped, and like I've copy pasted the code. It's just it has to go into the global script, so I need to like have more time to sit down and learn what the heck I'm doing because that stuff confuses me and I might break the game. So yeah. Everyone's having
So
messages about ad blocker.
Yeah, I'm having that too. Like, I even removed my ad blocker right now, and I'm still getting it. It's insane. Like, I can't watch my stream now.
My
You
stream's
can't do it.
unstable at the moment, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, everyone's getting that, right? Like I'm getting it, and I disable my ad blocker just for that.
Hopefully the stream
Mine
doesn't
won't
go
go
down,
away
but if
either.
it does go down,
Am I
we'll be
talking
back.
to nothingness at the moment? Let me type.
Sorry, what? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm not sure if Tap can hear me. The streams are unstable. Okay, now the other is just
Well,
something.
it says
Hey
it's
guys,
okay on OBS now, but it's red and it says
no,
unstable.
I
On
don't think it's your
screen,
fault,
so-
Sarah. But
What do you mean it's not
like,
my fault?
if I'm getting it, and like more people are getting this message, or maybe
I don't have the message. I'm not talking about that. My stream's literally unstable at the moment. It's been going red and like been going like jittery and all that. We're talking about different things.
at the same time about people not being able to watch the stream, we decided to talk about not watching the stream on a different reason. That's why we got confused.
What?
But maybe it is the same reason, because if yours goes red, maybe Twitch thinks it's restarting and then it's popping the message or something.
Maybe. Because it's green on OBS, but it's like, it says live and it says unstable next to it and the bitrate's like really high.
I started playing Metal Gear Solid
Refresh.
again on my little portable emulator. Super cool. Just super
Oh,
nostalgic.
okay. I refreshed and it's excellent now. Okay, fine. Sorry,
Okay.
you played what? Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, it's super retro-y, but it's still really cool. It's just like I played this game so many times when I was younger that it feels like rewatching an old movie or something. Especially the codec parts, which are still like excellent because they're like 2D technically. The drawings for the characters talking. The sleeping. I know, right? I would like to replay all of them, but there's no way to replay Snake Eater without the PlayStation 2, right? Like, I guess there should be an emulator. Okay, quality's back to okay. Let's see if we get a message again from Twitch saying you should watch more ads, because what's the point of life if you don't? Some would say it adds pressure on the stream.
Pressure.
That wasn't the joke. The other word was the joke.
No, I
Pressure.
know that. I got that, but pressure
There's a joke.
didn't. It was weird.
Look on you. Thank you. First, I have lovely new answer to answers after all. Excellent. It's about trombones. Still blows on my end that I can watch people make a game in real time who are on the literal other side of the world. Yeah, that's kind of true. I was thinking the same thing about people watching me make a game on the other side of the world and interacting. That's pretty cool. Not only that, but like, it's weird because you guys are text for us and we are like video for you. It must be a weird relationship where only we talk technically, or at least with a voice. That was my philosophy.
You can do it wirelessly on a computer in your pocket too.
Yeah, true. Okay, so what do I need here? I need idle pterodactyl babies crying. So weird with all the placement. Like, sorry, if you see this whole sequence, you're gonna understand why this is so complicated. We literally have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 different characters doing things.
Whoa.
Well, it's like 4 babies, 2 adult pterodactyls, and 2 main characters. Now, let's have the feeding babies actually first. Oh yeah, I can ask Nathan. Do you know the London Games Festival? Are you familiar with it? Because I wasn't until like yesterday. Also, it's a bit of a generic title. Like I could give that title to. I could
Yeah.
name that, and but I'm not sure if it's like a generic title or if it's like an old festival with like. Not sure. Yeah, neither am I. Yeah, we're probably gonna be having a demo of their game there. I mean, we are going to. I just don't know how big it is. I know how big our demo is. Don't know how big the festival is.
Yeah, it's this one.
Matt, is the rumor true that you're gonna get your hands into UI next month?
Yeah.
No,
The
this is
rumors-
exciting. I
the
have
rumors
no
are true.
idea of any suggestion for you because I've never done like proper UI. It was always, oh shit, we need this. Let's just like
Let's make
come
Matt
up
do
with
it.
something.
Let's make Matt do it.
Well, no, because like if you think about
Alright.
it is like a big part of the experience, isn't it? The game, like it just glues everything together in a way. And like I always appreciate games where they took their time and make their menus nice because it always just feels like a more professional thing, I guess.
Mm.
I'm always pulled out of the experience when I see a game with pretty pixel art, and then the rest of the UI is just like literally a font of something on not even pixel art, just a start or whatever.
Yeah, I've got some idea. I mean, next month I'm kind of is that and the action sequence. The next one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chapter
Oh yeah,
2
there's
one.
that too. Yeah,
That's what
you mean the chapter
thought.
1 action sequence?
Chapter 1, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, which means I need to make stuff for you.
I mean, eventually. Yeah.
Did we have this conversation with you or just me and Sarah that it would be? Maybe we didn't. That we don't want to like basically make the mistake we did last background, where we figured out that a lot of the animations we did were like placed wrongly. That's probably our fault, not yours, because we didn't know. We didn't anticipate all those like different things. Because I was animating on my prototype background. And then I took yours, and then they didn't match like naturally because like how would you know, and how would we know to tell you this rock is there?
Didn't anticipate how obsessed I was with drawing rocks.
No, but you should be obsessed with drawing rocks. But why would you know that this needs to be that low?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It didn't take that long to fix.
But now that I have your background and I'm moving things around, like it feels like way better.
It's
Maybe for the process because
it's
it's
a
just put
better-
things where they should be.
It's a much better way of doing it, I think, is to do the background first, and then obviously
Also,
you
you
need to know
inspire
what.
us a lot when you when you have a background ready. It just looks so pretty that we felt super happy working on it. I guess like I don't know about Sarah right now, we're just coding on it, but it just feels super cool on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And also, sorry for interrupting you, Sarah.
That's all right. No, I'm just saying it's I think I said it. It's better for Matt to do the background first. Obviously, he needs to know roughly like what's happening on the background.
I mean, yeah, it's a kind of back and forth thing. Like you give me the rough, I go crazy, and then give it back to you, and then
Oh yeah, I've seen this image, Neverclean. I personally just laughed. I don't care too much about this. Matt might get enraged.
art crime.
I don't understand. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, the lighting's all wrong.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm getting a stupid Twitch message.
A stupid Twitch from one of your valued fans.
No, it's like what I think
The
you were
ad blocker
gone,
thing.
but everyone was complaining they get the same message from Twitch to watch ads. Doesn't supposed to prove the flat earthers, right? You guys seen that comic where it's about like how the dinosaurs died from a meteor, but if the Earth was flat, it was like this, like a platform, and then the meteor hit it, and then it like catapulted all the dinosaurs into space.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we need some crybabies. put the eating ones here. Oh, I had an interesting experience in my house with watching a movie, but I got this link about watching a movie. It's like let's say it's a Hollywood movie that hasn't come out yet, right? Uh, and I had a link from someone who was basically doing a screen test, not screen test. I don't know what they call them, but they were like the first screening of the film in front of an audience, and then you had a questionnaire to like answer questions.
Yeah.
Like I've always heard this thing happen, but I never was a part of it or knew like how it can affect the movie in the end. So it was the first screening. There was a website where the film streamed, and then it had like you had to log in the website, and it had like a watermark of your email address and your IP address so that you wouldn't lick it. And it wasn't like it was also streaming like live. You couldn't like you could pause it, I think, for a few seconds, but it was available only for like maybe a couple of hours. Like you could pause for half an hour or something.
Right.
And then the director appeared at the beginning, and he said like you should keep in mind that there's some music that's temporary. There's some sound effects that are a bit lower in the volume and all that. I was like, okay, cool. Am I in Chrome? Netflix X. I think people are getting this picture of Twitch again. Okay, maybe it's fine. So yeah, and then the director appeared in the beginning. He said blah blah blah. Maybe there's some VFX missing. Maybe there's some sounds missing. Let's bear with it. Like, and then like, what's the film? It was a bit super slow, I guess, because there were like, I guess they kept all the scenes that they would have normally cut out, but it was kind of like slow. It was like a horror film. I don't know if I didn't sign anything, but I'm not sure if I can say anything about what it is. And then in the end, the director appeared and he said, we have one alternative scene that we're thinking about for this sequence, and then we have 3 different endings. And then they played them. And then in the end, they gave you a questionnaire and they said, which ending do you like best? What do you like best of the film? So that was pretty interesting. Like, I felt like it was being part of, affecting the movie, the final part when it was being made. Like, I'm really curious to watch it again when it's done and out, to see if they did anything that I said in my questionnaire. That was anonymous, which was cool. But I always wanted to find out about the process of like what goes into making film.
Yeah, like the audience feedback bit.
Yeah, like what kind of like they didn't just ask you in the questionnaire like say whatever you want about the film. They were like very specific, as in like what do you like best? Did you think what did you think like what would you say the film was as a genre, like drama or horror or whatever?
Right.
Yeah, what do you think of the ending? Were there any bits that pulled you out of the movie? Stuff like that.
I always worry about those sort of things if like they take the audience's opinions into too much consideration.
That is very true.
Compromising their own sort of vision just to please
imagine
people.
also that it's well. First of all, if there's a student they need to make money, I get it, because maybe there's like maybe the director is having an argument with a studio executives, and the studio executives say something ridiculous, and they say, well, the tiebreaker in this decision might be the audience, right? So I guess that could be it. Also, yeah, it could go either way, I guess. Also, it would be a different experience if you were like in the room watching the movie with an audience, and then if you're like, if it's online like now with the pandemic, and maybe sometimes when you ask like someone to give you your opinion, they might just like start criticizing things just because you asked for their opinion, just so they can appear like they have an opinion, if that makes sense. Like they might not want to criticize anything, but they're gonna nitpick things just because you gave them a stand to say what they think. So I was trying to be as nice as possible, saying like, I thought that, but maybe that's me, that's my taste, or I thought that, and maybe I'm mistaken. So I did try to be
constructive. It was good.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I did tell them that one thing that bothered me was like a horror movie, I guess, essentially. Like it had things like, people drinking blood and like gaining powers out of it or something. But half the film was kind of like drama, like really heavy, like it wanted to like weigh you in the film and show you that it's actually in the real world. And I told them that I thought it was a bit too much drama-y in a way, but maybe that's me. As in like, I get it that you want to make it feel as real as possible so that the supernatural elements feel more real when they happen. But maybe you kind of overdid it, I
Read what Deluxe Talk said.
guess. Lux is,
Has a Twitch chat
giving
affected
it
anything in Theropods so far? Matt,
Which pick?
and then
Oh,
yeah, Matt moved that one
our,
pixel.
our sanity probably while making it.
leave me alone.
Wow. Oh no, Matt is branching out to these jokes. Too.
I've been
What
waiting
did you do
my
the
whole
last
life for that.
Yeah, I don't know. What else do I want to say about this? That was interesting. I found myself getting super bored at some point during film screening, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that there was a bit. So there's this thing where like someone's drinking blood or whatever, and like there's a person going on Google or whatever researching to see what happens, and they just see like one page that says lycanthropy or like an article with a title, and then I was like, oh cool, it might have werewolves in it, and then they mentioned nothing about this at all in the rest of the film. It was just that, and I just told him like in the questionnaire, I felt extremely teased. What was that bit? He didn't tell me anything. I was like, I get it that you want me to form my own opinions and be as mysterious as possible, but that's just like super teasing. Like, just give me something. Also, didn't help the film was screened at 2 p.m. And by p.m. I mean a.m., which is pretty early here.
By PM, I mean not AM.
It was p.m. for the U.S. or something, but it was a.m. for. Okay, go. Feeding baby. Oh, I need the bully baby that's pushing the other one. Mm-hmm. So much fun when I export these for Sarah.
Remember that you can export them as GIFs.
All right, you don't need PNG sequence anymore.
Nope.
Cool.
That pterodactyl like jumps down when I start the game, and I have no idea why.
Huh?
Well, like it's placed fine in the room in AGS, but then when I open up the game, it's in the right place, and then it just jumps down, and I don't know why. The spaceman stays in the right place.
Is that like a Chekhov's gun reference, Deluxe Ducks? It wasn't like that though. It wasn't like. It was like well way into the film.
Is
It was
the
just like an explanation.
sprite an even number in height? Because AGS
Probably
is a
coffee,
bit
not
gets
Sprite.
confused about odd numbered heights
Oh,
and
really?
widths. Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes
you
it doesn't
odd
like it.
numbers.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I feel like it's some weird code that I've done. Wait, where is that animation?
You guys know? Did you guys know that Da Vinci could also program? That's why it was the Da Vinci Code.
Where's that come from?
I don't know the book Da Vinci Code. Just wanted to say that wasn't Da Vinci like a Renaissance man? He could do everything. He could also code.
Those films are my guilty pleasure. All those shitty.
I don't think
Da
anything is
Vinci
guilty
Code.
pleasure unless it's like
Oh.
literally guilty from the law. But I like
I
them.
mean,
I like
as
the
in,
books.
I mean, they're kind of bad.
I read the books first before I watched them.
But they're okay, sort of like little adventure-y films.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be one of those people that are gonna say the book was better. But
I mean, they always are.
yeah, it is. It does feel like really pulpy. Like it wants to be smarter. Like it manages to be smart without literally being smart. Isn't like it just looks super smart when you read it, and then you're like, wait a minute,
I like biblical conspiracy theories.
biblical. You make it sound like it's the biggest conspiracy. I guess it is, yeah, because they literally have to do with the Bible and they're biblical, right?
I
Don't they
mean,
have a lot of monks? Like
Jesus having descendants would be pretty.
Yeah,
would be pretty
like
big.
Jesus conspiring. I really like the one in Rome because then I was like,
angels and
felt really
demons.
cool. That was the second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because then if you, but the first one, the first one was in London, right? Because it had like the Westminster.
It's everywhere. But, yeah. Starts in Paris.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it has a lot of Paris.
But
Remember, it has in McKellen.
They go to Westminster.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
But I've been to like all these places too, and like I actually went to Rome way after I read the book. But it felt like it feels really cool if you actually been to some of those places to like.
I've never been to Rome.
Easier for us than Americans to go to. Oh, I'm getting a nice Twitch message again. Oh, it's Chaos Clips. Hello, friends. I'm dropping an alert. I hope Dev is going well. Yep.
Yeah, it's going good, thank you.
Hi, Chaoclips. Chaoclip.
Is it Chaoclips or is it Chaoclips? Chao Ko.
Oh yeah, you're right. Theoclips drew a pretty cool dancer the other day on stream for us. I think yeah, that looked cool.
Nice. Chaoclips.
Chaoclips. Oh, okay, I see.
Like the Chows from
Chow
Sonic
clips.
Adventure.
I keep pronouncing it, so we were like, oh wait, we've been pronouncing it the wrong way all this time.
Reminds me of the Chows from Sonic Adventure.
What were the Chows from Sonic Adventure?
They were like little creatures that you could have as a Tamagotchi. Because the Dreamcast controller had a dot matrix screen in those little memory cards, so you could like raise. You could collect Chows in the game and then raise them as little Tamagotchis.
That's cute.
It was completely pointless, but it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm watching The Sopranos now, which I haven't before, and it's set in the 90s, and like the kid in the family always has some retro, like it's retro now, but it wasn't back then. It has some console. He's either playing like Mario Kart on N64, or he's playing Dreamcast. Or the other day he was waiting at the hospital and he was playing on a Game Boy. He was playing Pokemon Pinball. I don't know if you've seen the cartridge, but it's
had a little top.
Like yeah. And every time I see that, I was like, "Ooh, nice!" It's like super retro gaming. Yeah, I used to have it, or my friends used to have it, and I was playing it a lot. So I'm thinking of like posting these pictures of like screen caps of like the kid playing retro video games.
Yeah, very cool thing.
Yeah, Nathan, I'm getting the same thing. Like I literally just stopped now with
Yeah, my stream went unstable again.
I think when the stream goes unstable, it just gives us
my
messages.
OBS was actually red. Yeah, it might be that.
I mean, if every time this happens, you're saying that, then probably because it happens to me too. I read you folks in the UK have been easing the lockdowns. What's going on?
This is something that's happening sometime soon. I don't know. I think
like here we have a hard lockdown, and things are getting worse for some reason. Like we get more cases. So I don't know. Like it's really frustrating. Like staying in your house all the time by government law, not being able to move, and things are getting worse.
I think they're planning to reopen the schools in March.
Something like that. Was there
with children having tests? They have to have a test before they can go back.
Why don't they have a vaccine instead of a test? That would be
because they deem that children aren't that vulnerable.
It's here they opened up schools and then they had shitloads of cases of like spreading it in schools, and then they closed them again. We were open for like a week or two. I've been biking more though since then because that's the only way to move around the city.
I haven't been
biking on a mask.
I haven't been anywhere in months, apart from the shops.
Same.
I really hope the summer is kind of normal, but maybe not.
I'm
a little bit extra miserable in winter when you can go out and everything is getting darker sooner and it's cold.
I mean, they think that people are going to be vaccinated by what, June or July? Something like I'm like, yay, only like 3 more months.
It's kind of exciting going to shops now. Yeah, sure. Here we don't even. Our shops are closed here. You can't even like. You can't go. It's on like takeaway from food places.
I used to hate going to the shops at the start of
Yeah,
Hmm.
just
virus.
same. It was
Panic,
actually the
the
first time I went to it. There was a queue outside of like a lot of people, and I was like,
yeah,
"Wow, is this my life from now on? Like I'm gonna be queuing for
panic,
ages."
the panic buying was just like, oh my god.
Mm. Yeah, and we used to like get some things from Lidl, as well as Tesco's because it's not that far from Tesco's, and it's just like awful in Lidl. Like no one seems to care about safety and all that. But like we go
It was
now at like
it was
nine
awful in
o'clock,
Little
and
before.
it was amazing when I went in there. There was like one other customer or something.
Yeah, Little is always a little bit weird anyway inside.
Lidl is a little bit
Just like
weird.
the wow the
You said it.
just the place of the store. How little do you know about me?
um. Struggle. When does the spaceman do the struggle animation? Nathan, are you literally at the shops right now?
going, going to the shops right now.
You just said, "Oh, they have avocados in
Maybe
stock."
I like how Nathan is like walking around grabbing avocados to see how soft they are, and then he's just like, "Oh no, the stream was dying."
Oh, okay. Right, how exciting it is.
I used to buy shit tons of avocados every time, but you know it was a bit frustrating. This is such a first world problem, but just getting the avocado and then it's like, oh no, it's hard, and then I had to wait for like a week for them. But then
Yeah.
I had to time my buyings according to my consumption. So I had to buy like avocado a week before I would eat it.
Yeah, or just get a banana and sit it next to it. It speeds up the ripening
Why it look
process.
like it feels like it has friends, and it's doesn't it smell
Also,
banana after
if
that?
it's already no, it's got avocado's got pretty thick skin. Um.
So I can tell it's an idiot and all that, and it's not gonna
Also, if
matter.
your avocados are ripening too quickly, it's because it's if you've got bananas next to it, you should take them away.
Okay. I kind of stopped eating them though because I would eat like half an avocado per day, and I thought that was getting a bit fattening.
I mean,
For me.
avocado is a superfood, so it doesn't matter how much you eat.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it does because
it
it has
annoys
like
me when people say it's fatty. Like it's yeah.
it does have like natural fats. Like it's kind of like
It's the
butter
fats
in a
that are
way.
good for
I mean,
you.
it is healthy, but
It's
then
like butter.
like,
It's not like butter.
It's like
it is
eating
like
an egg.
natural butter.
It's like an egg.
It's
Hey,
healthy
Victoria,
fats.
I'm having enough eggs.
Hello, Cora.
Hey, Cora. Yeah, Costas. When does the struggle animation happen?
Good. What?
The
Struggle?
spaceman struggle animation.
I don't know. What does it look like?
The one on my screen right now when it catches up. It's the one when
I
he's
mean,
under the
is it moving
pterodactyl.
now?
Well, it'll start
I
moving
think-
for you. I Tux and head. I like head as a short name for Nathan. Head.
I wear games.
Is that him trying to reach the bone? What?
Yeah, but then why is he? Oh, maybe. But then why is he not getting attacked by the pterodactyl?
The pterodactyl's not on here. It's just the spaceman.
I know, but the struggle one is like.
Don't ask me. You literally gave me this animation. Once again, it's your fault. There is a separate animation of the.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's it. Yeah, I think so. Maybe the idea is that the spaceman is. Oh right, maybe I drew this by itself because the next one with a pterodactyl like hitting its head, like the spaceman's head, I needed to draw them to animate them together because they interact with each other. So I think this is an animation where he's trying to reach either the frog or the bone, and he can't. And then he gets attacked by a
Okay, but
pterodactyl
you've
right away.
put him doing it also in the peck one.
No.
They're different. They're different. They're totally different.
Well, I have to look into my stuff because it's been like a few weeks. I don't
Yeah.
remember what's going on.
And the struggle does definitely is something different.
Well, the struggle is in my brain right now. Let me see.
So maybe I should
You should know what
Oh no,
happened.
I have done this animation.
There's a throw bone, struggle, reach frog, reach bone.
There's different animations for those?
That's all the
Oh.
animations I have for him. I'm just looking through them. Reach frog, what is that like?
So reach frog and reach bone are different. I mean, they should both be in different places, but
Yeah. Well, it looks to me like the struggle means that is that a loop? Oh, maybe Sarah.
yeah, it looks like it's loopable.
I think I know what it is. I think it is when the spaceman is under the pterodactyl who's sleeping.
Right. Is it just
Then
constantly
you
loop?
click, and then you pick the spaceman. And you're trying to click to go away, to get out, and it's like feedback to the player that you can't
Yeah.
escape the pterodactyl without help from the Amazon. So it's like a feedback animation.
Okay,
It
okay.
doesn't loop. It just like happens when you click.
Yeah, okay. How about the reach for the bone and reach for the frog one? Because like the pterodactyl one that's on my screen right now, he's actually
I can see your
reaching
screen
out.
because I have this tweet ad now. Oh, wait.
Well, it's got the pterodactyl pecking him, but he's also reaching out, and he's not. Does
What happened? I heard you swallowing things and then disappear.
I sneezed.
Oh. Where's Sarah?
I'm here.
Oh.
That was me swallowing. That was me doing the breathing in.
Wait, Sarah, you stopped mid-sentence with your point.
Well, there's no point. Like, wait for you to see it. I mean, it is what I said, that the pterodactyl's pecking him and he's reaching out. So I don't understand why there's two separate animations for reaching for the bone and reaching for the frog. And when would this one be?
Well, because you can't get the bone or the frog if the pterodactyl is not looking to the left and it hasn't been already stung with a.
Oh, okay. So this animation is the one for trying to reach the bone and trying to reach the frog. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and getting like cut down.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you now. Yeah.
Yeah, as you can imagine, the combination of
So-
like my whole screen. Okay, let me show you what I see.
Ooh, Matt, that's looking really pretty.
Thank you.
Oh, nice. I think I agree with Deluxe Talks though of moving this pixel. See, this is exactly what I'm seeing, and what probably everyone else is seeing. This is bullshit that happens on for ages.
Your screen's grey.
Well, that's great, but I sent you something on Discord though.
Oh. I thought you were sharing it with everybody.
Oh, I was so tired.
Can't say anything,
Hello,
everybody
if you're
knows.
seeing this and you're not already on twitch.tv, click here to get the... What? Why would you not be on Twitch? If you're seeing this and you're already on twitch.tv, please review your third-party tools. Most likely there's an ad block or script running on your browser making it look like you're watching from another site. As we update our service, these third-party tools can affect Twitch's performance. The stream will resume shortly. Thanks for watching. What the heck?
Oh, stream has ended.
Exactly. That's what Nathan is getting to.
Stream ended?
What's going on? Did
Sorry,
I think...
I ended because it's grey. I don't know why it's grey.
All right.
Oh, just cost...
Is it grey
Oh,
too?
oh, right. Okay, I see what you mean. I don't know. I can't see your...
I put it back now, but I don't know what you're seeing.
I can't see your...
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it should be back.
Costas has ruined everything.
No, I didn't.
I mean, you clearly have. What do
For
I do?
1 second, then it was fine.
It's fine? It's not fine. I can't see your stream.
I can. Well,
I-
actually, hold on.
Can streaming now.
I can see it on Discord.
Yeah, I can't. I think I
I
need
can see it
to
on Twitch.
like hang up and...
Oh wait, no, my face. Maybe not.
I can see your face. Oh, it's all gone weird.
Yeah, because there's only 2 windows. I don't have Costas' screen anymore.
Oh, this is avant-garde.
Oh, no, I need to cancel the call and call you back.
It sounds like it's gonna fix it.
Yes, I don't know how else to see it. Unless, Costas, can you try stopping your stream of your screen and starting again, please?
Only my screen? That's what I did
Yep,
just
your
now.
screen.
Okay, well, it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it grey though?
It seems to be grey when you like alt tab or something, because it was showing the pterodactyl nest.
Wait.
Got 10,000 beep boops.
Wow.
What am I meant to do with them?
Well, I got
Chapter
infinite
3.
beep boops.
Point two.
I mean, technically I have if I'm a mod, but
Yeah.
I've got to collect them legally.
What are you doing,
Close
Costas?
this, save. I'm restarting class because if I watched the thumbnail and it was still gray, so let me try again.
Okay.
Oh wait, where's Matt's?
Is mine not working?
No, I've just closed the whole thing because if one's not there, it rejiggles
Okay.
everything around. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like, yeah, fix it for 2 and I have to then fix it again.
Someone's rejiggling. Wait one second. Is this what I want? I don't know. Okay then. Yeah, it should be fine.
Let me
Sorry
know.
everyone, but you know, well, so you're gonna see.
Let me know when you started streaming your screen, because if
I
I can't see
streaming.
it.
Started streaming.
Yeah, what the heck? Okay, I'm gonna end the call and call back.
Okay, bye everyone.
There we go. I see it there on that screen. What the heck? Now I can just see Costas' face. Oh,
join
you
me.
know why I can't see it or couldn't see it? It's
You're
because I
looking at your
had
screen.
it's because I had non-video participants, as in like don't show non-video participants, and that screen that says watch stream is one of them. Right,
Good.
I'll know that for next time. There we go. It is all back.
The loudest bikes on the universe outside my window.
Can't hear it. Actually, all I can hear, I
Okay,
think, is
here
a
it's a big-
plane out here.
Plane, is that? It is this fabled contraption.
Yeah, Sarah fix the screens. Good job, Sarah. I like your screenplay.
Huh? I don't think that one worked. Oh, as in like a script type
Yes.
thing? Right.
Yes. It's literally a script, yeah.
That looks better. That should be darker. Not that dark.
Why is this game so long?
Okay.
Why is this game so long? So many rooms.
Oh. Shoot.
To be fair, with all these rooms, we're technically, if you don't count, the village, we're technically halfway through, maybe.
You think?
Well, if you do count the village, we are halfway through, but if you don't, we're not. But so yeah,
I mean, I guess there's quite a lot
So
in
we're
the
not.
village.
there is shit tons in the village. I mean, in theory, I have worked out the village. I just haven't worked out the last bit of the village.
Yeah.
So in my head, it's kind of okay. And we do have a lot of art for Matt already, so that's why I'm not discounting the village completely.
Yeah, I'll just need reworking, or like
Yeah, I want to redraw some of
Frankensteining
it,
bits
but
together as well.
yeah, be fine.
The village is gonna be fun though to do.
Yeah. Well, we'll start on that next week. Well, depends, yeah.
Well,
I mean, oh yeah,
Prototype wise, yeah.
oh yeah, the prototype doesn't matter if it's shitty.
I'm thinking I
it's
might
gonna be-
I might try doing try just using your low res animations in it and see how that works, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to like fix that prototype art as well as code. I don't know, we'll see.
yeah, I'm planning on.
How are you feeling, Sarah, with all these few months of coding? You feel like you're getting super strong at the coding stuff?
No, I feel like I'm going to break
Compared
it
to,
down. No.
Surely it wasn't the same as when you were coding the demo, right?
What do you mean?
As in like, I don't know, I mean, just like figuring things out that now you know from then or stuff like that.
I feel like it feels pretty similar, but I don't remember what it felt like.
Is
Really?
the process easier, like sitting down to do it?
Nope. Mm-mm. But I'm mostly doing it every day at least, which I
That's
don't
cool,
have
that's
like a
teamwork.
big break to forget everything. What am I
It's
doing
weird
next
now,
morning?
like we can't even take breaks. We're all in our houses. So, like, I'm gonna go there for the weekend. Like, you can still be in your house for the weekend and have a break, but you know, it's not completely
I mean, I
resetting
think
your
that's what
brain
my
anyways.
breaks were normally, anyways. By
Well, you
break,
did. I
by a
remember you
break,
did, like,
I
those-
mean stop programming and doing
By break, I mean this
just
big
art.
chocolate I'm eating.
Yeah, a break from programming. It makes me normally forget how to program.
Okay.
Okay, pterodactyl peck.
Wait, that's okay. That's not the one I want.
What did you say? You remembered me taking a break? If you're talking about the end of last year, that was not a break. That was hell.
Are you talking about something I talked about 5 minutes ago?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, sure.
What the hell? Like, I said like, oh, I remember you taking breaks, and then you kept going on, and then you stopped talking, and then you're like,
I was trying to.
Did you just say that?
No, I didn't say. Did you just say that? I said to
But-
me what I meant by a break is just not programming. A break from programming is enough to like for me to forget what I'm doing, and then I was questioning what you had said about me taking a break. Did you mean me leaving and going somewhere else?
I meant that. I also made a joke in the meantime about the break being the chocolate that I like.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that. But like, I don't remember ever taking like a long period of break.
No,
Like
but
holiday.
you could go to like, I don't know, like a forest or something, or like take a bike somewhere or whatever.
Yeah, but
That's
I
what I
don't
mean.
feel like it does much of a difference. It doesn't. What's the difference between that and just like taking a break from working?
I don't know. It's a complete change of environment. Kind of rewires your brain, I guess. At least for me.
Maybe I just don't remember what that feels like anymore. Last time I did that was like long time ago.
This can backfire sometimes because if you've been like slacking all the time and then you go on like a trip or whatever, and then you're like, "What the fuck am I doing? I shouldn't be having a trip. I should be working." But it's not always the case. I used to have this.
That's
But
why
then
you have to
sometimes
like
when I was
allocate
working,
yourself time
yeah,
and treat it as a job where that is your holiday time. That's why like at one
yeah,
point I made sure I did no work on the weekends and I treated it as a weekend. Like I think that's when I went through like a burnout phase at some points and I forced myself to take the weekends off and it helped a lot. At the moment I don't quite feel like I can do it, but I think it's fine not to do that for certain periods of time, but not for too long.
yeah. I try to take like to semi work on the weekends, like maybe work on one of the 2 days, and then just allow myself maybe some weekends to have a day completely not doing anything.
Yeah, see, that's what I used to do. I used to still do a little bit of work here and there, and that didn't work for me. I had to like fully give myself the whole weekend off, and I actually felt a lot more rested. Like sometimes I feel
Yeah,
like
and
that's really necessary.
I was gonna say that happened to me when I take sometimes holidays off. Like I take some time to relax, and then I kind of look forward to getting back to work. Like that happened on Christmas Day, for example, which we were all like taking a free time anyway because it's Christmas. Like you're gonna be with family, you're gonna be cooking, and then after it ended, I was like, "Oh, it's Monday. I'm gonna get back to work." I was so
Family is
excited.
gonna be cooking.
You're
Lucky.
cooking, not me, but I'm going to eat though to like a family, whatever gathering. Oh man, we got Easter in like 2 months from now in Greece,
It's
which is
quite a while.
food.
Be
Basically,
right,
it's
be
like
right,
Christmas.
be right back. I keep recounting the same thing over and over again because I can't concentrate. I'm just gonna count this out quickly. Bye bye.
Finally, this is gone. Now the party can start.
Oh my god. So mean.
Jesus fucking Christ, why am I naming the wrong layers every time? This is not chapter 2.3, it's chapter 3.2. 3.2. 3.2, part 2. Save. Goes there, and then what I need to go to this. No, I need to go to this. Where are the crying babies? No. Oh god, my head, where is this?
See you later, Nathan. Good luck with your editing.
Bye bye, Nathan. Good luck with picking avocados.
And that. Wondering how to do this.
Yep, that's what I was. That's what I was talking about.
Oh no, I haven't finished it yet. But
I am back. What were you talking about?
I'm sort of
About you
pondering.
going, how happy we were. No, about
No, that's not true.
that's not true. Only Matt said that. About Nathan going to do some audio editing and Matt pondering how to do this transition.
I mean, I think if I just make an object above it, and then it can just sort of fade out as it scrolls up. Maybe. What do you reckon?
I reckon you would need some space between this and that for it to transition properly, but I don't know. What's going on my phone? Oh.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
What? Because she's gonna be like, blip, 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 walk behind, walk behind, walk behind, onto there.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, what did you mean an object on top? What did you mean by that?
Yeah. Like just having sort of this sort of bit again, this tree bit, as an object that fades out slowly as it scrolls up. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I can do more of this leaf effect here, but because that's the screen size rough, so it needs to go into that.
You need a transitional leaf layer or whatever.
Which means I need to extend the vegetation to be more like that, so it doesn't. Doesn't get in the way.
Oh, by the way, wait. Gemini Rue is like 80% off on Steam.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I haven't played it. Sarah? Although I have it, I think.
Oh, you have it already?
I think I got it in a bundle, but I'm not sure. I definitely played it at some point somehow.
Rings a bell.
I think it's one. I know it's not like Dave Gilbert's. It's like published by him, but I think it's like my favorite of his published games.
Made by
really
Joshua Nürnberger or Nuremberger.
Oh wow! So it's only like £1.39.
Yeah, or €2 or whatever.
Yeah, pretty cheap.
Oh, it was only £6.99 to start with.
But it's only for the next, I don't know, 3 hours or something.
But do you own it?
I don't know. I can check.
If you don't own it, I'll probably get it. But
I bought a game called Shadow Tactics the other day.
Oh yeah, that's like Commandos, but
yeah. But
weirdly enough, it's published by Daedalic.
yeah. Well, I'm having the audacious idea of playing it fully in Japanese, so I see if I can understand it. I tried it last night, and I could read the menus.
I tried the same when I was learning Dutch with Assassin's Creed, and I was like, yeah, I don't understand.
I mean,
I have to Google all the time. What does it mean? Where do I have to go? Is this a cave? And then stuff like that.
Well, someone said you'll just learn quickly if you have to, even if you're forced to learn.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. For me, it was just like I can't play this game without Google next to me because I didn't know where to go, like to finish missions. But if it works for you, I don't want to stop you from playing it.
I mean, I don't. I'm going to try it. I'm not saying I can. I'm certainly not that competent with Japanese yet. So. I could just about read. I could just about navigate the menus.
When I was younger, I had Monkey Island, The Curse of Monkey Island, and I was, learning how to speak English. And I remember I had my mom was helping me with insult short fighting because they spoke English. So I was like trying to figure out, like, first of all, what they were saying, and second of all, what the proper response would be. I just thought it was pretty good lesson in English. Like,
that's a weird way to learn with insult sword fighting.
It is, but you're like, if you
some
say
random stuff.
If you say how appropriate you fight like a cow, first of all, the word appropriate is like not one of the main words you would learn when you start learning the language. So it was like broadening my vocabulary. And then it does like make you, I think what they say about learning a language is like an indication you start learning language is when you start getting jokes, which means that you get how words work together. So that was a good, because I was motivated to learn English to get the jokes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was like a good way, I guess. Gemini Rue, like Zach's saying, Gemini Rue was a big hit for them. It's a lot of people's favorite. I like it, but I like many of the other ones that I titles better. Oh, you do? I don't know. I really like that one. I was really gritty. I was really hooked with the story.
Oh, you did play it? Did you say?
Yeah, I have completed it. That's why I was saying you should play it.
But do you have it? Did you check, or are you gonna check later?
I do have it, yeah.
Okay.
Then fuck this, I'm not buying it.
Well, if you've got it, I can display it from yours.
I have it because I got a bundle of those games like ages ago. So I have like a few games I haven't played from what's that game still.
Do you use
I remember I was like the first time I
friend?
discovered the Ghost series, whatever, the Blackwell.
Blackwell. Um,
Which, by the way, super confusing. Which one is which? I don't know the order. So I
we
have like 4 Blackwell games, and
well,
then I think I played the first 2. They weren't that big, but I was really into the story. And then I don't think I played all of them. Uh, I played. I don't know what else. Probably Anavald is my favorite of Dave's for sure. Like that was its own thing.
what are you saying,
I was
Matt?
super impressed.
What was the saying?
Are you asking if your family share?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah. On Steam,
Yeah, yeah,
well, that friends and family thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Never tried that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously you can't play, like I can't play Costas's games if he's playing
Hmm.
like at the same time, but otherwise it's pretty good.
Certain games.
Yeah, I share with another friend as well, so I have like a stupid amount of games in my library because he buys quite a lot.
I've really got a stupid amount of games I don't play.
I've got a lot from like Humble Bundle, and I think I stopped getting Humble Bundles, but I think he still gets Humble Bundles. So you end up getting like loads of games that you probably will never play. But yeah, it's
I
quite
got that
fun. to
Valheim
scroll
thing
through.
that people.
Oh yeah.
It's a weird
I
transition.
can't keep up with the people that I'm playing it with though.
Oh.
Like, I have to work and they've been playing it all day, and then I go and rejoin.
I
And
hate that.
they've built a new city, and I'm like, oh, well, see you later.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I hate games like that where I feel like I want to be involved from the beginning. Like I want to experience it new with other people.
Mm.
But then like quite often I play Minecraft sometimes with some friends, and one of them would just like all he does is play games like morning till night. So yeah, he just progresses like way further than everybody else, and it kind of drains the fun out of it.
Mm. I mean, I get that people play at different paces, but then the way I just join and go, well, you've done everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I'm just gonna BRB quickly.
Okay.
It's a good name. It's just the one that does not stand out much to me in a strong field. I forgot what we were talking about the names back
You
then.
were like wondering what order it was.
Oh, the Blackwell games. Yeah. Not like Blackwell 1 or 2. If I'm a big fan of naming things 1, 2, 3, 4 without like, does it make sense? Like if it's alien and aliens, that's kind of like I can accept that. But if it's like the same thing, and then an extra title, then it gets a bit weird. So it's Legacy and Bound, Convergence, Deception, Epiphany. Oh, there's 5. What do I have 4? One, two, three, 4. What do I have 4? Legacy, Unbound, Convergence, Deception. I don't have Epiphany. Huh. Okay. I just had an Epiphany. I don't have it. Oh, I got Fear 2? What do I have Fear 2 in my library? I got Feria and I still haven't completed it. I know it's a short game. I played, okay, maybe because I played for 9 minutes according to Steam. Okay, Steam.
I hope it's not 9 minutes long.
No, because I didn't complete it for sure.
Hopefully the second one's going to be longer.
What do you mean? Hopefully you would know, right?
Well, I don't know the full design yet. I'm just drawing.
Was it an issue of like a number of puzzles or?
Well, the first
I
one.
remember it had like.
I mean, it was designed to be quite short, the first one.
But does it come from these like from easy puzzles or because I remember you did like you already had done like 4 backgrounds by the 9 minutes I played in this game.
I mean, it's
I remember it was pretty
designed to be
clear
short.
at least what the goals were. Like it was saying, like you need to do this, this, and that, and I was like, okay.
I mean, yeah, he designed it to be quite an easy one.
Yeah, it looks like it's from our school of thought of like doing a billion animations about everything.
Had a lot of animations, yeah. But
You're doing animations, right?
yeah, the second one, like we've already got more backgrounds than the first game, and it's like the intro. So some quite amusing animations that I've been doing.
I mentioned that there was someone online who was making a point-and-click adventure, and they were like, "Question for game developers: how many non-basic animation, like specialized animations, do you need for like other than speak, pick up, and walk?" I just wanted to say you have no fucking idea. At least for our game, because it was like even worse than most games.
Point and clicks are probably one of the most asset heavy types.
Yeah, like I was kind of like blown away that he didn't expect to have that many. Like if you don't, then you don't really have a game. It's mostly like I don't know.
I mean,
Like you can get away with it if you're like doing something like what Dave Gilbert did, where you have like close-ups of the characters' faces, and that's the ones that they kind of change when they talk. I guess. So it doesn't matter if the character is standing or whatever. Can I get away with a lot of dialogue by this? But I don't know. I don't think it would have non-specialized animations because the characters usually look a little stiff in those games when they just like stand and talk about everything. Oh, the Lux Lux is really for
that's good. I'm glad you enjoy it.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Maybe getting some Twitch messages here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been concentrating on this for like a bit, so I haven't had much time on Theria for the last few weeks. I've been doing door animations, that's about it.
That's Francisco. Door to door.
Been copying. We're copying. We had the audacity to have doors opening.
The Doordacity. Wow, that was bad.
Well, at least you admitted it to yourself.
It was just a smoke screen.
How can I do this? Yeah, because then I could just have an object over the top, which is like covers that, and then that. I mean, obviously, I draw it properly, but and then that gradually fades into that as you go up. I don't know.
Maybe. What do you reckon cost us?
What do I reckon cost us?
Yeah,
What's the idea?
What Matt just said about having.
Yeah, what was the idea?
So this layer just fades out as it scrolls up.
Well,
obviously, I make it a bit better. I might transition it a bit better. But
if there's no sharp line of transition,
yeah.
Because I can't imagine it right now, but like I did foresee all those problems. I was telling you that's what I think is going to happen. But...
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of, blend it in a better here and stuff.
If you can find a way to blend it, because if I would be doing that, like the way I did this final shot in the trailer, it meant that I needed a lot of way for the camera to move. So it felt like it was moving for a little bit before it transitioned in the open sky from the foreground. And this is like a really quick transition, so you don't have that much space to like move from this background to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of defeats the purpose of wanting to do a seamless transition, right?
Mm-hmm.
What defeats the purpose?
It just fades, right? Like, when are we gonna do that? No, I guess fading is fine. But...
Well, I don't know what we would have done before because it would have jumped because it wasn't like in exactly the right spot, and it would have like faded and faded out or something from black.
Or I could do a fancy animation where the leaves sort of go, they sort of scatter as it goes up. Oh my god! I mean, that's possible. It's possible. Maybe not for this month, but for.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that. Like yeah.
Hold on.
I'm sure Matt can make it work though, because he's not a stranger to backgrounds or animation or programming adventure games.
Yeah, I think something like that would be good. Like, obviously,
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's smart.
I think that sounds really nice what you said with like a crazy animation. If you are up for doing that at any point,
It-
but obviously not for this month.
So yeah,
It looks
it could like say as the first frame it is completely covered, and then the next frame it starts.
Yeah.
The leaves
Oh,
start
nice.
coming out, and then in the
Mm.
next
Holy shit.
frame.
That would be a nice gift to share. Do we have any more trees to go into? I don't know. I mean, we could use the same animation for the demo, maybe. No trees. No. Just thinking of reusing
I
if he
don't
does
know.
this animation and we reuse it somehow.
I can't quite
In
remember what
theory,
the
this
demo one was
shouldn't-
like.
If I can
I
work
think
out.
it's Happy About Francisco's Doors. Yeah, it was. Saloon Doors were in the demo too, right? Do you play the demo, Deluxe Lux? Of Rosewater? Rosewater felt a lot to me like it was going to be kind of like an evolved in the way that you have a party of characters and you get more like this kind of like RPG tone, which I really like in an evolved. Not sure if that's what the game's going to be, but it kind of felt like that. So it's cool.
I think it's more about the story changes, maybe depending on what characters you.
Yeah, like an evolved, right? If you play
Yeah, I
that.
suppose that. Yeah,
You get, like a party of people, but then like before you get this character, there's like an introductory mission, let's say, where they need you to do something for them, and then you
Yeah.
have them in your team, and then you get the next one and the next one, and then you have a party of like 4 people that you saw all of their introductory stories / puzzles, and then you get onto the main story. I like the idea. It's cool. It overwhelms me to like design something like that, but it's cool.
I mean, something like this. So that it's pretty basic, but
Yeah.
I imagine that being a bit smoother.
Yeah, no, that would be
nice.
super cool, I think.
Oh wow, nice. It looks like this game Carry On that came out in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like. Have you seen the opening screen of it? Which is like you move the mouse around, and it looks like the insides of like this monster with the teeth, and all of that leaves is like teeth instead. It reminds me of that, but with leaves.
Means yeah, something like that maybe could work.
Yeah, super cool. And then Sarah's gonna code it when you move your mouse around. It's gonna move all the foregrounds together, like it's following the cursor.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Sarah, why can't you just code simple things that the game needs, like this? Okay, so babies. Do I need to move the eggs a little bit? Just like the explanation for this. Yes. Okay, so this egg needs to be. So exciting.
Can't keep saying egg.
Pulling my egg right now.
Pulling my egg.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this could work. I don't know, something.
Yeah, nice idea, Matt.
I think so.
We'll have Matt clicking and hiding layers every time live without programming it, just doing real-time animation. And then there would be like a cool leafy sound, like coming through it.
And like it could scroll up a bit first, and then it could slowly play the animation or quickly ish, and then she appears as it's opening up, maybe. I don't know. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the sequence is so big here. I'm making a little movie for Sarah to have something to code.
Oh, perfect. We can share that for our update video at the end of the month, can't we?
I mean, I guess. So all the animations are done.
Yeah, I need to do some tweaking on the action things a bit. This is about positioning and stuff, but and then
I mean,
finish that struggle bar, and then should be ready to show off.
Cool. Oh
But
yeah,
it's
when
still-
do I need to make this video by? I guess by early next week.
What video?
The action bit, for example, recording Matt's things.
Oh, right. So I was hoping to be actually done by the end of the month, but we can go into the beginning of next week.
Yeah, I mean, judging from the last month, that's what I kind of assumed, especially if this month is shorter. Oh, sorry, I sent you the tweet of that thing I saw with, you can see it later, about GOG.
To GOG or not to GOG, but I mean, if they're not replying, then surely it's not to GOG because they don't have a choice.
Like, should I date this girl or not? Like, she doesn't reply to my text, but, you know, I still think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we're cutting a second part of this action bit, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't think it's needed. It's, yeah. Once again, I'm over.
I'll just comment it out for now, and we can, if we just change our minds, we can put it.
I get it.
I've done all the color stuff as well, so all the different variations of that is in.
Yeah, it looked a bit awkward, and I think it was dragging on for way too long. I don't know. I still need to have my chicken and lentils.
Your lunch.
I'm enjoying slightly overdoing it with a dressing now for the salad. I'm putting before I was just putting salt, but now I'm putting black pepper, lemon, zest, whatever. And it's very yummy. I did put olive oil before too, but in the spinach and lentil salad that is.
Okay, what else?
Kind of interesting where it says to GOG or not to GOG and tags GOG on it.
Say that again.
It's interesting how on the tweet it says to GOG or not to GOG, and it also tags GOG, the official account of someone's gonna go and wait, no, we want you.
We'll be right back.
Bye, man. I was still getting this stupid Twitch card. It's really annoying. Oh god. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start recording myself while I'm writing as well, just to see if it works. This is insane. But I have to do something. I have to concentrate.
Yeah, no, it's like when I did paintings, watercolor paintings, and because I'd record it for I wanted to post it on YouTube, it was the same thing. Like I was able to concentrate, and I had to do it all in one go, pretty much.
Yeah. I think it does help, but now I felt really happy yesterday that not only did I do the work, but I had something to show for it. If that makes sense. I could re-watch it and see like, yeah, good for me. I did work. There it is. That's the
Yeah,
I
great.
had
You did
something
10
for
seconds of work or however long it was.
it was 1 minute, but it was 2.5 hours like
Yeah.
of like actual working time. And it's actually I think the decision of like sitting down and working, it's way harder for me at least than actually working. That makes sense.
Sitting down and working is. Wait, what?
Just like yeah, trying to like not watch things on YouTube and like this making the decision to like sit my butt down and start working like with concentrating. That is the bit that's like the procrastinating before it happens is the bit that is harder for me. And then usually it's the
Mm-hmm.
first 10 or 15 minutes of like sitting down to work, and then I forget about how hard it was. Like it's just kind of like get into it.
Mm.
So it's always the first part of deciding to work. That's the hard part.
Okay.
And feeling bad that I'm not working. But I'm thinking if I keep this up, at least for the animations, I can like make a thread, I guess. So I use the same post I did before, and I post them there instead of spamming people, I guess. But there were a few people who were kind of inspired in a way because they were like, "Oh, I should try this timer thing."
Oh, really?
And then I linked the timer, and they were like, "Cool, I'm gonna use it."
Oh, the Pomodoro thing.
Yeah, I would say put it. I actually super copied Jacob Zenerka. He's doing that, and I caught his stream the other day, and he was saying why he's doing it because he used to be a really focused person, and now he was just like online all the time, and you couldn't concentrate, and he decided to do this because it helped him, and he said that yeah, he really wanted to finish this game soon, and he didn't want to get distracted all the time. So I was like, I should try that. I'm literally like ripping off his idea. Mine is a streaming part.
I think quite a lot of people use it. It's hardly ripping it off.
He's doing it, but what he's doing is like he's streaming, and then when he's streaming for 50 minutes, he doesn't look at chat, he doesn't do anything, and then when he's done, he has a break and he talks to chat. So it's kind of
Okay.
like nice because in a weird way in quarantine, you're like working with someone else from your own house, and you just have a camera where you watch them work.
Yeah.
I haven't been doing that with him though because he streams on Australian crazy times. It's like 1 a.m.
Mhm.
Oh, and Dave was in the chat, which was cool. From Powerwolf.
Oh yeah, he's Australian, isn't he? So-
I'm wearing a t-shirt of Powerwolf today under this hoodie because I'm cold now. Hello, Adlad3.
Hello.
What's up? Adlad.
Oh, jeez, what's he doing over there?
Okay, so that was a big milestone here. Cool. Then I'm gonna have to pick this Amazon where she's dart blowing things. There she is. There she is.
What are you chuckling at?
The spaceman's just all over the place.
Sorry, you framed really nicely my screen, by the way.
Oh, it's the same from like last time.
Oh, okay. Then take this back.
But thanks.
Matt, is it weird where you're drawing all these backgrounds you have no idea what the puzzle is?
And I can kind of extrapolate the puzzle from the from the stuff that you've written. So. But if you feel in future you want to write down what the puzzle does, then maybe it'll help.
I got documents like that. I just don't want to overwhelm you. Like I make documents like that anyway for Sarah to understand the puzzle, and then we discuss it.
The last one you did actually do, for that puzzle,
Yeah.
should really say what happens when something happens as well, because it's a little bit confusing. Also,
What
for it
happens
to
when
be,
something happens?
you just say, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, I did have a puzzle design document along with it too, just to in case it helps.
No,
The puzzle
it
dependency chart,
just
that's what I mean.
it'd be great as the dependency chart if it had more information in it.
Fuck is going on here?
When the heck did you post this? Was it like that long ago? Yeah. I don't know what I can actually say in this situation. Like use something with something, but then say what happens in certain situations.
You mean what happens when it's not? I don't know what you mean actually.
But a negative outcome
Or just
doing something wrong.
literally what does happen, because then it kind of sometimes is important for like the next part of the puzzle, but because it's not. Sorry, I'm just pasting it here again. I'm not gonna say it out loud just because it's like puzzle stuff that I don't want to spoil things.
Yeah, okay. So the thing is that for that you can't make sense out of this. You need to be able to see the other document. That I
Yeah, so
wrote.
my point is like it'd be great if it was a dependency chart that had those details in it, so you don't have to keep going between those two things. It just makes it a heck of a lot easier.
I don't know how to do that. I haven't made. This is like a super complicated dependency chart because it has 3 different characters, and I didn't know how to do it.
You've color coded it.
Yeah, but what else would you mean? Like, this is like the most linear way you can solve a puzzle, but I don't know what else to do about
That's
this.
cool. I'll like do a version of it, perhaps.
You do a better version.
Well, I don't know that I can, because like I don't know what does happen. I need the information from you. I don't know. Yeah,
I
we'll work
thought
something else
the
for
other
the
text
future.
explained it better, and that would help you for the coding. So
It's
that
much.
was
It's
mostly-
much. Nah, like I am awful at looking at text. Like I'm a visual person. I find it really hard to concentrate and to put things together and work out what's actually happening. Dependency chart is a more visual way of looking at it somehow, because I guess it separates it into different bits. I'll look at the other document that you made with this dependency chart and try and create what would be a more informative chart from it, and maybe that'll give you a bit more of an idea for future ones.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But obviously we don't
but
worry
I
about
was
that right now.
No, but I was helping on the last puzzle. Not only did I narrate everything, but I put 3 different pictures for you to visualize them, of like the rough background which Matt is using now to do his actual puzzle.
Yeah, but still, it'd be great if it was all in one document. It was not one document, one dependency chart when it comes to coding.
Or should I not do a dependency chart from now on? 'Cause I don't
No, a
understand.
dependency
It's
chart
always confusing
is perfect, but a better dependency chart would be better. I will try and
I
put
know
one
you do-
together.
I know you do better ones than me. You
No.
put like little images of the characters next to them because I saw your
Nah,
older ones.
that's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's just extra writing of like saying what happens in certain situations, like the effect of something. Especially like on a programming side of things. But I'll either look at it with you, or I'll try and do like another version of it, and I'll show it to you, and we can talk about it then.
Okay.
Never think. The pterodactyl does blend in with the background. I'm thinking that, you know that I did 3 different variations of color classes. I'm wondering if if I could change the colors to one of the other ones for it to stand out more. What do you reckon?
Maybe. I was kind of worrying that the sky's a little blue.
I can change the color of the sky. Well, I can't change it from blue necessarily.
You'll change it to pink.
Well, the thing is, though, Sarah, you might have to do the same for the pterodactyl dad because he's kind of standing there too.
Oh yeah, both of them. I know that. But I think that it's probably best to change the color of the pterodactyl than the sky, because the sky is going to be blue no matter what.
Oh, that's so positive of you, Sarah.
What?
I don't know if that was a pun.
No, it wasn't a pun. It's like one of those, the sky's always blue. It's just a
Jeez.
positive message about everything being happy and sunny.
Um.
Why do I have to explain it so it's clear?
I wonder if we get to see the spaceman's face. He removes his helmet at
We-
the end,
we-
and
we
it's a
do.
Samus helmet underneath.
We don't, but we do get to see the face. You actually get to see the face of the spaceman right before the sequence with the scorpions and the snake and all that.
Right before the sequence was going.
And then
Oh, really?
he puts the helmet back on, and then so in between basically every chapter, you get to see him removing it just to chill. And then towards the end of the game, they're not wearing it at all.
What do you mean? He's like the Mandalorian. He can't remove his helmet.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not from the same. Oh, you haven't seen
He
the rest
is a
of Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. No, I haven't.
Because apparently this is a rule, but not a super hard technical rule. Like his family or whatever are doing that, but it's not necessary for everyone to do that. So that was my joke that you don't have to. This is the way.
His clan is Death Watch.
Yeah, his clan. That's the what I was looking
Who
for.
are fanatics.
Fanatics of not showing their faces to people. Yeah, see, the Lux Tux gets my joke. Like how it was, he came in, complained, and then left.
Did he?
Didn't he? Wasn't he the first person in chat
Oh.
or something?
Well, yeah, it was there at the start. I thought you meant like more recently. Gosh, we always got Ozzy on the brain. It sounds like he's very busy with work and it sounds annoying. I don't understand. Oh, maybe I do.
Yeah, I'm sort of getting ideas for the next game. I'm like, no, Costa, let's consider this one.
Just get this one done. If you two haven't killed each other by then, you can think about it.
I think we had time to kill each other over the last 4 years. 5.
What kind of game would you do if you made another one?
No, again, I don't know. I mean, I need to discuss with Sarah because I have ideas. But I'm not gonna do it by myself. But it's probably still a point and click like game with like smaller rooms, a way smaller game, and we might change the tone this time, hopefully. I don't know. We either gonna go for something super cute that me and Sarah like just to get out of our system, or something darker maybe.
Nice deluxe tux. Non-busy day at work.
The opposite of busy.
I keep thinking of one of the Game Jam games that I made and maybe extending it.
Ooh.
Actually, the most recent one. The one I
That's a
did.
horrible idea, Matt. That's exactly what we did.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that one with the sort of Japanese house and the interesting transitions.
the girl in the field with her parents. That one.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I like your robot ones, but whatever.
Yeah, but robots are overdone, and so is Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's a good point. And when you did it wasn't overdone. I did like the one you did when we sort of were doing our game too, Foundations.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I like the art style of this and the idea that you move through a big background left and right, and then you kept unlocking it. That was kind of cool.
But narratives with big walls are also overdone now.
And what else? Oh yeah, I wanted to say, did you guys know that the guy who did Prim, he actually was in the same game zone as us?
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when he started making his first game. I was completely unrelated to Prim, but that's when he made his first game, apparently.
That's cool.
Because we did like chat on Twitter, and he did say that I really like your game since the game jam. I was like, oh, cool. He he knew the game from then. I didn't know he knew it because he participated.
That's cool though.
It was a strong year of a game jam.
Yeah, don't know if I'm going to have time to do it this year if we're doing busy with this, but we'll see.
When is it?
Don't know yet. It's usually around sort of May, June, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's Easter time usually.
Yeah, I mean it depends like how much background
Mm.
stuff is done by then, I guess. Because I'm gonna need like quite a bit of time for like me to program and to tweak things and fix things.
Mm. But yeah, I wouldn't feel right doing it if there was loads to do. So.
Kind of feels cool though now that we have you on team. You keep inspiring us with pretty backgrounds, and it feels like a game now. I'm like, ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Look forward to have a new area every month. To work on.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
And it's also the way we're making like all those little rooms and little puzzles, completely different area.
Yeah, it's fun doing. It's fun doing it. But yeah, next month is going to be action and UI. I think I think I've got enough time.
Deluxe sucks making fun of you, Matt, and your game with Joe.
Oh God. Yeah, that watercolor one was an interesting one. I was like, I know what to do after you've been playing around with painting for about 3 weeks. Let's make a game with it. Joel and I are actually talking about doing it. We're not doing a sequel. We're just joking around about a sequel for it. Today. But yeah, I'm really into sort of slice of life things.
Slice of life.
Yeah, I like slice of life things.
What's a slice of life things?
You know,
What's
it's
that?
like a little, just like a random little story about, a little coming of age or a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
event, a really, really small event in someone's life, or small period of someone's life.
Yeah, I'm usually the extreme opposite. I'm gonna go for the worst event that happened in their lives.
I mean that could be a slice of life. Like
I guess it is the same as yours, but
a good event or a
it
bad
doesn't
event
happen
is still
in
an
the crazy
event.
world. It's more realistic in a way, like and more personal. I mean, your last game was technically, isn't the term coming of age?
The one, the one I did with the girl going back home and stuff. That's kind of slice of life,
Yeah,
I guess.
like slice of life of a robot trying to find its legs and hands.
I mean, slice of life is a pretty sort of it could mean anything really.
Slice of pie right now.
You should be eating pie. It's not your cheat day.
No. I'm thinking of ordering some grilled chicken though, which is maybe I should. Haven't had lunch yet, so I could skip lunch and have a big dinner.
I need to do the berries now.
some writing to do after this. I'm really not looking forward to it.
Somewhat writing.
Yeah, about the film thing.
Yeah.
It's like really frustrating because it's getting so complicated right now. It's like one of these like in Christopher Nolan films where he has like all these cool flashbacks that are not exactly flashbacks, but they're like little images here and there of like things happening, but they're super important for the rest of the film. So I'm trying to do something smart like this. Like I know what I want to do, I know what I like, but in practice, it's so horrible. Like I can't make it work. So frustrating. So I decided to like I have a plan, but I decided to like sit down and actually write it and see how shitty it looks on paper, so that I can change it. It's very I don't know. It's such a weird process writing. It's like you're fighting with your brain all the time. So they hide, and mom comes, the Amazon takes out. Oh, this is going on for a little bit. So I'm just really wondering if like I'm the only one struggling with the scene and you're gonna just like breeze through it. But on paper, it didn't seem as hard as what I'm doing now.
I'm sure I won't breeze through it, but what you're doing now will hopefully make it easier for me.
Especially on Matt's background. That was my purpose. Like I just basically I also want to do it for me to see some placement of animations and transitions of like the eggs hatching, where the babies are placed, what happens when the animations keep changing with each other. So that helped me fix some animations now. But it is such a complicated scene. What's the last thing? I guess in a way, Thimbleweed Park did that really long, involved game that ends on a crappy joke. Oh no, I mean, isn't every Monkey Island game like that too? I guess.
Well, same writer, presumably. So.
But not Tim Safer games. They end up in a nice note every time. Love slice of life stuff. I'm kind of into the game. There's a certain vibe the term conjures. I like the game Life is Strange, which is slice of life stuff.
That's slice of life and coming of age.
Yeah, coming of age, slice of life, and like extreme stuff happening at the same time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because they still deal with teenagers being, dealing with really weird shit in their own lives, and then they also deal with, I don't know, people getting shot, stuff like that. Oh, I see what Sarah's doing. I was really confused by her frames.
What do you think of this color?
Especially these black fillings between the Amazon's arms. It looks like she's like summoning a demon or something there.
She's got a wingsuit.
Yeah.
That'll be handy for the next bit.
What do you think of that color, or should I do something completely different?
And now for something completely
I was going to say that.
Is that the Monty Python reference? Because I don't know what it is.
It is.
In my head. Okay. I mean, other than neon yellow, Sarah, blue looks cool.
Neon yellow?
Is it like a greenish yellow you put there?
Yeah, it's the colours that I showed you for the pterodactyls before. There's a couple of colours that are still here that need to change. It doesn't what? You mean it stands out more? Yeah, but should I do something completely different that stands out more, or?
Like what? Like red?
I don't know. Well, not red.
Oh, did you show Matt the scorpions and how good they look on the background?
Yeah, let me just prep that background.
Matt, you should behave over there.
I'm
pretty sure you can do a better beehive than mine, so go ahead and do whatever you want, by the way.
Yours?
No, wait, that was
trying to say my beehive shit. Yeah, it was the Game Jam one.
I thought it was mine, but it's yours.
It is mine, but it was Game Jam. It was quick.
Yeah, also you need to do everything.
It's pretty good.
It's okay. It's just the lines, I think. What am I doing? Oh, okay.
That's where I draw the line. Jesus Christ, the sequence. Be here.
Quite B.
What?
Quite B.
Well, as the Beatles said, let it be.
Shocking.
There be a beehive, let it be.
Okay. I've got the game up.
You got games, Sarah.
Can you see it?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, I just meant to show Matt a picture. Oh, nice. Oh, I've never seen this camera movements.
Oh, how
You're
far
hiding
behind
from
is
me.
this game? What the heck? The game, the stream. Yeah.
Hiding things from me. You clicked once and I'm waiting.
You're really far behind. I'm just gonna go through it. There's some lighting problems.
Yeah, there it is. Oh,
I'm not
I
sure
see
if
her
the
walking around.
idle animation is correct because they look kind of
the
weird.
flipping between the characters is cool.
Yeah, the flipping is amazing. Imagine it with parallax too, huh?
Is that the tween module?
Yes.
Yeah.
The only problem, I didn't think of that until now, which I don't think I need to do anything about it for the update video, is do we need a droid character now, or does the spaceman button turn into the droid's button?
Like ideally it should change to the droid, but like maybe the spaceman needs to change to the droid, but I don't think it should matter right now, right? For the
No, I'm not going to
UCD.
do it for that because I'll never switch between. Like, it's not necessary. But we need to.
Matt,
Yeah.
Matt, do you see the scorpions looking cool?
And I
in
don't.
your background.
Not yet.
Yeah, I need to do the camera change back up to the Amazon as well.
That snake dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the scorpions are cool.
I think his butt with the snake is a little awkward in a placement, but we can fix that.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, this shouldn't be doable. Sorry, what's weird? The placement of what?
Maybe the placement of the snake's butt or whatever.
Uh,
Wow, the transition is so cool.
Where's the spaceman's butt?
No, the snake's
The
butt.
snake. Where's the snake's
Because
butt?
it's on the little hill thingy.
Yeah, but it lines
Yeah, I
up.
know.
It lines up with the spaceman where he was standing to put the
Yeah.
droid up there.
Yeah, I know this.
So I guess it's potential background tweaking, but not now. Doesn't matter.
Either
Right now.
that or we offset a little bit somehow. Yeah, we'll see. Does the camera go up and down? Does it go up to the Amazon again, or is it?
I haven't done that. I haven't done that.
Oh, it looks so satisfying. I just want to keep clicking between the characters just to see it.
Yeah, I
going
was
up and
just
down.
trying that now. I don't think I ever did because I was sort of doing it in order of.
I can change that
puzzle.
background a bit.
And
Yeah.
also, if the animation is changing of the parallax, it's gonna look like fucking amazing.
Also, yeah, parallax would be nice to eventually put in. Quite
Yeah.
don't know how to do that with the tween
Also,
module yet.
Sarah, if you
Also-
ever want to like play around with stuff and backgrounds, I made like 3 different ray animations for the demo. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
So you can just like place it to look pretty and like stuff.
if it makes sense. Like it makes more sense when there's trees. Like I think you put them on the Space Pod River one, which some of them don't make too much sense.
For what in my
Well,
version? Or...
rays work when they've got a small hole to come through, right? So it's like,
Yes.
yeah, there's no trees there. There's one tree. I think some of them didn't make too much sense of the
Yeah,
placement.
but you
of
don't
them.
know what's above them. Like, it
Well, there's
could
no
be a tree, like,
shadow,
hopping.
though. I don't know, but anyways, one thing with this background is the foreground needs to be a bit, but also depends with the parallax, needs to be a bit less where the pterodactyl skeleton is. Right?
The what, sorry?
The foreground on this background needs to be a bit less on the left-hand side, like not sticking out as much because
Yeah,
of the
definitely,
pterodactyl
because it's very
skeleton.
pterodactyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to see the
I
animation.
can't see
It's
because I'm
playing
getting
now
the
when it
stupid
catches up.
grid thing.
Oh, okay. I mean, you'll
It's
see
really
it. You'll
low.
see it in the video. When I send you a video for you to edit.
Mm.
Well, that didn't work properly, and I don't know why. Things don't. Yeah, it's annoying. Anyways. Yeah, the tween thing's nice when it actually works. Yeah, it's amazing how many different kinds of, what are they called? Different curves that you can tween on.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
said
you can
There's
do all,
S curves. Yeah, there's like
signs and
so many.
yeah. I don't fully understand them, but I know S curves are the best for usually that. Right, Matt? Or am I wrong?
sign is sort of it's
The-
slow, fast, slow, isn't it?
Yeah. So it starts slow, it speeds up, and then it slows down
Yeah.
again.
Same as
I'm
a
not sure what would do
Flash,
it.
but
That
there wasn't
animation
as
of the
much.
dragging is cool as well.
Oh, it was a
Does
nightmare.
that link
though.
up all right now? with the
Yeah, it
background?
does. For some reason, the kicking the skeleton down to become a ladder is a bit weird, and I can't work out why. But other than that,
Mhm.
yeah, it does work. I know it does work because I did it in A-Sprite and tested it out. But just yeah, that last bit I need to fix
I like
somehow.
that. I enjoyed that background extremely much. As if you can tell that I drew when I drew it in a day.
Yeah, super impressive.
I'm happy you did because I was worried about this background. I thought it was like one of the weirdest ones we've done. It was so high up, like going up and down vertically.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool
I
to like
wonder.
change it up from vertical scrolling to horizontal scrolling.
Hmm.
Some static
I
background.
wonder, Matt, if you're gonna enjoy the underwater one.
I enjoyed the one I did for the trailer.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So yeah, we're thinking something like that. Actually, yeah, it was fun.
Actually, that doing all that stuff for the trailer was actually really useful because
Yeah.
it gave me an idea of it allowed me to practice like different things. So
Hmm.
I know what to do now when we actually get to it.
Yeah, I guess that was the purpose for us too. I felt a little bad because you had to do art that we weren't 1,000% sure what we were gonna do with in some backgrounds.
Well, I can always, well, it's reusing it, isn't it?
But like I did like reuse a lot of your like sometimes I did like crop things you did from other backgrounds and just like stitch it together to make it like into extra shots. And it looked pretty decent. I know I was butchering your art, but I guess it wasn't a final game, so. But actually, it's helping me tons now as well with sometimes with puzzle designing because I take some of your backgrounds and I just move things around and I can visualize things. So it helped a lot. Especially when I'm doing the villains, I'm just like reusing some of your backgrounds. Like I told you, like one of your backgrounds actually gave me an idea for a puzzle because you just put like little details around and I
That's
can
the thing,
visualize it.
isn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
like a little banner.
You get something that maybe someone doesn't think of, and then you go, "Oh yeah, that could work."
Yeah, because when I'm doing it, I just need every help I can get with these puzzles. Just really curious what people are gonna think of the puzzles because I I'm completely detached from.
I mean, I wouldn't worry about them too much. Some people probably won't like them. Some people will.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
that's inevitable.
It's just going to be, well, this is a game we designed.
No, but you know, like I got a really
Or
good
you
idea
designed.
of what it felt like when we were having people play the game, because some people had like some problems, but then I was like, yeah, they're just not patient. Like I could see it, but when I could see someone like really struggling to like solve the game, and they were actually, you know, they were sitting there in the booth for like ages, and they were really wanted to do that, and I knew it was my fault because I didn't give them proper instructions in the game. That's when I felt really bad. If it was
I mean,
someone that just spent 2 minutes and then left because they got frustrated, then that's on them. But you know,
I mean, I never think like conventions are a good environment to play adventure games because you know someone's going to be looking over your shoulder going, oh, that's not what you're meant to be doing. You
honestly,
idiot."
I mean, I really enjoyed when people actually forget about this, or when they like with a best friend and they're playing it together, so they kind of like feels like they I love people who forget they're in like the context of like you know a conference or whatever, and they just like get lost into your game and they keep playing. That's like really cool for me. Because they're like, no, I'm gonna solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
I was just so apologetic though with this, especially our very first adventure.
Can I have your attention, please? I'm trying to just change the hue of the pterodactyl.
I see some neon pterodactyls there.
I can change the color properly, but it's just to give like a rough idea of like what the main color should be. I mean, like.
I was gonna make a Hugh Grant pun.
Oh wow. I like hue grant, but what about saturation grant? So it looks kind of a bit saturated. Yeah, that's what I should have said.
Oh my
mean-
God. Anyway,
This color stands out quite a bit with a different color of the throat, and it kind of
So,
matches the color of
When
the
you
ones
say
in the
this,
action sequence, the one that will be stuck on for a while.
that green's kind of nice. Yeah.
It's a bluey.
I like the pink. I like the that red one.
Oh, yeah.
That red one with the blue sort of tummy. Like quite like.
I think the pink belly one, if you mean that, is a little bit. Oh wait, it's not that.
No, it's like
What's
a.
that mean?
Oh, well, you know what? Why don't I just send you guys a screenshot?
You know what?
But you want me to go back to red? Let me go back to red.
Sarah, I don't know. I'm talking to a Sarah from this timeline and a Sarah from a different timeline, so I need to.
And then I guess you don't want the red to contrast too much with the background as well.
I'm
So.
not a big fan of the greenish underbelly. I like the blue.
No,
though.
I said that. I said the main color with a different throat color.
The main color is good, I think. Yeah.
It just then it kind of like, yeah, the red sort of color is nice, but then it might. But then you kind of feel like surely they might be a similar color to
Yeah,
like the
bit
mountains.
Quite a lot, yeah, for camouflage. Yeah.
Did Matt had some bones there?
I did because you told me to.
I know. I like that. I'm just wondering if it needs more bones.
I can add more if you want. I was
But like you see the little leads up there? We can like fill that with bones, and no one's gonna go there.
Ledge Zeppelin.
On the top right of the picture, not on. Wait, what? I wasn't legible. What do you say?
I said Ledge Zeppelin.
Oh wow, that was good. Yeah, I said a good one. I said the legendary fun the other day when Sarah thought you deleted the background.
Yeah. I was so offended. I was like, yeah, I'm out.
No, I hope you found it. I was like, Sarah, what?
I was like, thought it was serious.
That's for you skipping things for no one reading. What do I want to say? Oh, the red one. Maybe if you made it a little bit darker than what I see now, I guess.
Oh jeez, what's going
Sarah,
on?
I'm gonna suggest something also, since you're placing things now, right? Can I suggest it?
Yeah.
Are you? Unless you're busy. Sorry.
No, I'm listening.
I think you should place the eggs roughly around there now, and also put this little nest bit in front of the, foreground, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the nest in front of the foreground because, like, I'm guessing the pterodactyl's wing was going over the nest, or was it not?
It is and it isn't. Like I'm slightly worried to this new.
What do you mean it isn't? It isn't.
I like that one. I think we forgot the tail though, but oh no, you didn't. I don't know. I'm slightly worried about the next part where they leave the nest and the eggs are there. So I'm just trying to think ahead a little bit. I want some hint that there are eggs there, and they look like the spaceman, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And also, yeah, I don't want the eggs to I don't want you to have a sudden problem with placing the eggs after the
yeah.
turtle has been gone. That's why.
I don't have the eggs.
Buildosaurus makes an interesting point that the males could be a different color, brighter colors.
Well, I mean, they will because we need to differentiate the pterodactyls, but they're not gonna have like a dongle hanging to tell them apart. But you're gonna tell. I mean, you can tell that the mom is definitely the mom because it's sitting there in the nest, and then the dad comes to feed
That's
them.
not always the case. Most
Oh yeah,
birds,
really? Oh, I
most
didn't know,
birds
like,
take like dual responsibility for both things.
Does males like sit on eggs to like hatch them?
Yeah,
Oh really?
don't see why not.
Maybe not chickens, right?
Oh, I see what he means though. That the males are like way more because like birds, they're way more like showy off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
normally
perfect.
males are brighter.
They do like the
Colours.
mating dances and stuff.
Yeah, I love bird mating dances. They're so ridiculous. It's making me laugh so hard. But I wouldn't say that
I mean, I
the
like
reason we pick this color now is because they blend better with a background, maybe. Although I mean, to be fair, they would blend better with the sky if they were blue, which they literally did, and you couldn't see them now. If they're attacking from the sky, I mean. Yeah, sorry, we don't have the eggs. I mean, I have a frame of the eggs.
A frame?
Like, if you see my screen, that's literally what I've
sorry,
done,
hold
and
on.
then I have some animations.
All right.
But
Yeah.
the idea for the eggs are that they're going to be the same color as the spaceman, sort of. So they're going to be yellowy, and they're going to have blue spots.
That'd be a cool
we don't have
idea, yeah.
exactly the same color, but the idea is that they look so much like the spaceman that the pterodactyl thought it was an egg or a baby.
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, that was the whole idea for the puzzle. Like, it makes more sense like that. That why they're not eating the pterodactyl, it's just like hatching on it. Oh, stupid Twitch messages again.
I'm not getting these. I don't know why.
I'm getting them like crazy, and Nathan is.
I mean, I got an ad blocker. I don't know if that'll make any difference.
I had an ad blocker, but now it's telling me basically that I'm using ad blocker, and that's why it's happening.
Oh, I wonder if because I've got Amazon Prime. I wonder if that.
Yeah, you probably do. I can't believe they got around the ad blocker.
Just keep throwing my free sub at Sarah because why not?
Hey.
Don't watch anything else. So.
Make a much vibrantly red pterodactyl father.
Or like Redodactyl.
I guess the color of the tail and the throat blends in too much to the background, maybe?
Oh shit, wow. Cow looks like, I don't know, I mean, could you put it where it's not hovering so I can totally tell what's going on? I mean, I know it's not too bad.
You want
What do
this?
you think, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly stands out. And
Yeah, I like it standing out.
it stands out, but plausibly could be camouflage in there. Yeah.
Well, I meant on the nest, Sarah, but okay.
But the mother's on the nest.
Wait, that's the dad?
Well, yeah, I was saying if you wanted to have like
I
a...
see. Oh, because I like that color for the mom, but okay.
Okay. Do we want to like make them slightly different? I think it'd be cool to make them slightly different.
Yeah, I agree. Just keep in mind that the dad is like always against, like 100% against the sky, like his backdrop.
Hmm.
Hello, Easy Perp. What's up?
Hello.
Hi, Easy Put.
So what's going on? Who's doing what?
Good
Sarah
question.
is-
He's starting with me. I'm doing the weirdest stuff. I'm just playing around with the colors of
I'm doing weird
pterodactyls so
stuff,
that
too.
it doesn't blend into the sky. Costas is animating.
I'm doing trees. I'm
Ooh,
doing
thanks for the
background.
follow, Easy Pup. Oh, you like
Hey.
new? Because if you
Super new.
are, we're
Oh, yeah,
making a game
we're
called
thinking how far
Theropods.
we should go with our explanation. We're making a point-and-click adventure game. We're 3 people currently working at the same time. Matt on the top right is doing the background art and various and coding some sequences in the game that are actiony. So here are some links. Sarah is coding, but right now she's doing pixel art. Especially she's doing coloring bits right now, and I'm doing really rough animations that I sent to Sarah and Matt so they can make them into pretty pixels. So I'm not a pixel artist, I'm the animator here, and I guess game designer along with Sarah. So we have a weird process, I guess, but yeah, we're just like all working together at the same time. And I'm saying puns, and Matt is talking about teriyaki chicken, and I'm just talking about chicken.
Teriyaki salmon,
Salmon.
actually. Or trout
Teriyaki salmon?
sometimes.
Oh, I thought what teriyaki could be anything.
Mm.
But
But you got it
Can
in.
be, but with Matt, it's fish.
when you said I'm gonna go get a drink, I said, "Is it a teriyaki soda?" But I don't know if you heard that.
I didn't. And that's not even funny.
Well, thanks, Easy Pup.
Thank you. Oh yeah, we posted a few links here. If you want to go to like, we have a trailer for the game. If you want to go to one of those links, so we have a team on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah, not that many people seem to co-stream,
Oh, you mean the same
I
page,
guess.
not metaphorically? Okay, I got confused.
That's
for a
what you
second.
mean. He makes us a
That-
little
that's
bit
what he means?
unique.
Not, I thought he means like all of our screens are being shared on the same screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Not on the same page as in like we're all communicate with each other. And, that's what I thought. Sorry, metaphorically. Oh, by the way, sorry, Matt. But if you're worried about blending in the background, couldn't more clouds be added? Or, I don't know, some rocks or bush?
Oh, we haven't done all of that yet, don't worry. This distant stuff isn't done yet.
Hey, Matt, how about making this background better instead
Yeah.
of not
Yeah.
good?
Yeah,
That would be
maybe.
my suggestion. No, I'm joking, Builder. Sorry, I just want to talk shit to Matt. Hey, Matt, those fruits over there look very good. Really laugh. It's like a kindergarten joke.
You should be ashamed of yourself. But it was quite good, to be fair.
Thank you very much.
Oh, he's still going. Oh, in the other background, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, yeah, everything's open to change, so just like alpha levels at the moment, I suppose.
Same team group fellowship of ring of sorts, lol. Yeah. yeah, it's cool. That's up to Sarah. She's the one who's actually doing the streaming.
I'm Gimli.
And we just like we're
like
sharing our screens on Discord with her, and she does that. But it's weird because we started doing that, like me and Sarah usually, and then Matt joined in. But to be fair, I haven't seen anyone else streaming with different people at the same time.
We should get the whole team, and Tiana can like be doing her voice recordings at the same time. That would be so horrible.
I'm sure she'll be so
Voice
happy.
recording, just like.
I was thinking of Tiana or Zach joining. I did mention it to Zach, and he kind of like didn't reply to me, so I guess he was either a bit shy or different time zones.
Yeah, the
But
time
to be
zone
fair-
thing's a bit.
Yeah.
It
He
is,
came-
yeah. I don't expect them to like. Although we do have a couple of.
He came on the Kickstarter stream, didn't he? Ages ago.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah,
Ago. I was in the evening though. I remember, right? When we did.
Yeah.
That was fun. We had Tiana making weird noises and showing us her kitchen. It was cool.
Oh yeah, that was weird. We weren't doing anything. It was just Matt working, wasn't it? It was like
Oh
a
yeah,
single
Matt
Matt
was streaming
stream.
also,
Just getting
Yeah.
drunk.
which is technically what I'm doing now. I'm not doing anything. Matt is working.
Arnie, looks like you're working.
Oh
How do you find us in
jeez.
Discord?
Wow.
Is it from Twitch? Hashtag game development, whatever. I like that sky background. Really lets you know where they are in heights. Oh, you mean as in like how high it is? Yeah, it's. I think it's the horizon helps with that to show you they're a little bit higher up. You also get a sequence before that where you literally climb on top of this mountainy area. Also, you probably guessed it, but the game has a lot of dinosaurs. Also, I found out the other day that apparently pterosaurs were not considered dinosaurs, which made me a bit sad.
I mean, they
Oh.
coexisted with them.
Yeah.
There was this video on YouTube which was like a paleontology nerd taking like talking about every single dinosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise that appears, and they were talking a little bit about it.
I mean, there's a bigger glaring issue with if we're worrying about things coexisting with other things.
No, of course, that's why I ignore realism in this game. What's this noise?
That's you.
Oh, Buildosaurus, you're talking about with the backgrounds blending with more clouds or rocks or bushes. It's because of the pterosaur
from-
blending in with the background.
It's literally the
Is what
balcony
I
across
meant.
mine. It either has a leaf blower or a chainsaw, but I don't know what it is. It's in a balcony, so neither makes sense.
Yeah, I think I need to play around with the colors of this a little bit more. So yeah, that's the original color.
Be right back again.
Bye, man.
Ooh, it's already 4 o'clock. I need to make some din-dins.
Oh wait,
Ooh,
what?
thanks
When
for the
did that happen?
hydrates. I wonder what happened.
I remember like last time I checked how long we've been
Oh, the
streaming
time?
for, it was an hour and a half left. Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, it went by pretty quick. Thanks
Yeah, I
for,
thought we had at least another hour left. So I was like, what?
thanks for reminding me to hydrate.
Everyone, yeah, this is taking the only way to spend your points here. I
Or
like how,
except,
like,
in
Bert got his points so fast that he was like, I'm gonna use them now.
Except like in festive periods where you can like unlock the emote and put like a snowman hat on it. What was it? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, the festive whatever.
We should probably Matt, are you back?
Yes,
We should probably stop soon because it got late.
you got time. That's all right. I mean, this is probably good enough for you to program with.
Let's see it.
It's not finished by any means, but
Not programmer.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
worry. It's still has to program what I'm doing here.
No, I don't think I'm not gonna be programming that for the update video.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. So you're not gonna be programming Mats either.
Well, but yeah, but I'm gonna show.
The progress, yeah.
it's there and ready to go.
I think I might just show like the 2 separate backgrounds.
I think it's fine because you definitely show a progress without like they don't need to play anything anyway. They just need to see stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
no, it's just in a video. It shows, yeah, that we've all like done work.
I mean, yeah, I mean, potentially if we decide that this thing's not worth doing a transition, and you want to have it as 2 separate rooms, then we can just cut it out. But
I mean, you stole me on it, so
yeah, it should.
I'm
definitely
pretty
should
sure
work.
we will transition between. I like the idea of it, and
Matt
I
will
prefer it.
transition between his idea into something else.
But for the game time video, I probably will show it separately. Well, I will.
Yes,
Costas
if you
will.
want to
'Cause
send
I
me
think
anything,
I need to get Costas to
want-
do it because the editing software that I purchased ages ago on my Mac has been updated to like a newer one, and it says, "Oh, thanks for purchasing the previous one that you can't use anymore. You can get a discount off of the new one." It's like it's annoying when you purchase something and you can no longer use it.
yeah. Also, it's a bit silly if it's literally my job to do video editing that you don't give it to me to do. So I save you a lot of time when you have a billion things
Yeah,
on your
but
plate.
it's not you put too much effort in it sometimes. This one like is meant to be no effort at all, like low effort. You literally
I
just
put effort that
play
I
through.
care. I want them to like us. I put so much effort when I wanted them to like fund us. I just like try to make the best video ever.
It obviously works.
Because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a good video for them.
Yeah, but this one isn't it's just to prove that we've done work. Like they don't want
Salute to Nathan for the
What's this?
hydrate.
Oh yeah, everyone hydrate.
Who came back from his sound editing to remind us to drink water.
So Matt, drink your teriyaki water.
Teriyaki.
Costas,
More like
And I've got
Costas,
che-
drink your
I've got
chicken
che-
water.
I've got cherry.
Cherry.
Cherry, which sounds like teriyaki.
cherry blossom because you
Teriyaki.
like Japan.
What's for dinner tonight, Matt?
I've already eaten today. I had a pizza for lunch.
Today.
Wait.
We're having pizza.
You're not gonna eat anything more today?
I might have a small snack or something
Okay.
for dinner, sandwich or something.
And Costas
Or,
hasn't had his lunch.
I haven't had the lunch. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna skip lunch altogether. I'm gonna hold on for a little longer. I'm gonna have a big dinner of like just pure chicken, basically. It's like grilled chicken from like a restaurant.
Oh,
takeaway.
okay.
So it's usually like a big box. It's just like piece of chicken with like lemon and oregano and stuff like that. Which I super enjoy.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much I can hold for without eating, but we'll see.
I'm either having burgers and rice, as in with no bread, just the patty, or bolognese. I don't know which one to do. Probably bolognese. It's probably quicker. Yeah.
My God, it's way more complicated than I thought.
How far are you?
Well, now I'm doing the whole sequence when I'm doing a version where you fail to solve the puzzle and the pterodactyl dead leaves, and then I'm doing a version where I copy paste and he places the droid there, so that it actually works. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have 14 people watching us now, guys? Where were you when we weren't almost leaving? I feel guilty now.
Where is everyone from around the world, if you don't mind sharing?
I'm pretty sure, Sha, that everyone's from around the world because Twitch doesn't stream to other planets.
It might do.
Stations.
But yeah, it's interesting to know, like, if we tend to maybe have more people near the end because it's like American people waking up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the American people. So when you say you're from NA, do you mean, is that a state in the US that I don't know because
I was just trying to work
It's from not applicable.
out.
from not understand because I
Where's
can't speak English.
NA?
North America.
Namibia.
Oh, Namibia. North America narrows it down.
Oh, North America. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, probably.
From not applicable.
Okay. Whoops.
So
How many
what
friends does
what time
Dino
is it for
Flying
you? Oh.
Have at the bottom of the screen, a right screen. Ooh, so there's a lot of American folks here. Nice. Yeah, sorry, I don't know every single abbreviation of like a state, so I assumed that was a state. Like Nevada.
Is that
How many friends does Dino Flying in have at the bottom right screen? Bottom right screen, that's mine.
so? That's your the one
Now
with
I'm
the
confused about
the
because
father
do I
animation
have
hovering.
A frame of the pterodactyl flying. It depends because it doesn't fly in everything. There's a lot of usually I don't know. Like we I can go inside an animation and
Costas.
what?
No, it's
Just
Matt's an
labeling the
arrow.
stream.
Yeah.
Oh right. I got super confused because I saw the arrow with Costas and I was looking at Discord and I was like, what? Does he mean his background there? Usually there are not a lot of frames involved in my animation because if
Oh, that doesn't
you
work.
because every single one of those frames it has to be like colored and drawn by Sarah on top. So I don't want to like torture her, but so I'm trying to keep it to a minimum. Sometimes I don't, but you know that's her problem. It's 11 a.m. now. By the time I've had breakfast and done morning chores, usually I miss the stream. Yeah, I mean that's not your problem. That's our problem because we're streaming these times. But I'm kind of happy we managed to get some people's breakfast routines into
Yeah.
and combine them with a stream. That's pretty cool. It's like two of our VIP regulars are from the US, and I'm
VIP record.
honored to be the first thing they see in the morning and wake up from really bad puns. I feel like I'm doing service there here.
Oh.
Pretty good, right? No, Buildosaurus. Identity theft is a crime. A lot of people suffer from it every year. There's millions, I don't remember. Bud pun, so it's punishing. You have no idea. I also got that. What am I doing? So it's gonna. So one of the bully baby keeps eating. Where's the bully baby?
Chat appears on the stream,
You're almost doing like the Street Fighter combination for like a move or like a Mortal Kombat finish fatality. Up, right, A, B, Costas. Sarah, can you like stop copying me? I'm like trying to do this animation of pterodactyls, and you're just like looking at my screen and doing the same. Jesus, Sarah, make your own game, please.
Wow.
Okay, this bully baby can keep eating by itself. You go here.
Are we gonna stop or do you want to continue?
I think I've sort of ground to a halt.
I have to.
Because Sarah has to cook.
I need to go and do some exercise.
Like, what are you doing, Matt? I gotta do some exercise too.
Just wait.
Oh, really? I can't wait. Tell me. Sorry, I'm just actually
Jeez.
I'm doing cardio today, but I do weights too, usually.
Just shoulder and arm strengthening.
You have what? You have dumbbells? What are you doing?
Yeah. Just dumbbells, yeah.
Impressive.
I got some smart bells. Don't know if you can see them, but they're on the floor, right?
Oh, kinda, maybe.
Yeah, they're on the floor, like here. My
Yeah.
equipment. I have.
Oh
kettlebell.
God, no! Those
I
ones
have
on
a
the right
kettlebell
are
and
the
I have
ones.
a lot of-
No.
Oh, the ones that fall on your toes.
Yeah, and broke my toe.
Yeah, that's not how you use them usually. So frustration, but that's my minute gym over there. Because I haven't been to a gym since last year, February, because they all closed down. And then I was like, I don't want to just stay home and be fat.
Yeah, we got an exercise bike recently, just to try and get some exercise.
Thanks,
going.
Nathan. You know what I actually did? I went to some. I mean, yeah. Hopefully, no one's gonna send me to jail for that. But I did go to some website that they have like. They're basically all the training they do is like on a video recorded, and it's like in real time, and it's either a mat or weights.
A mat?
And then, like a mat.
Why was Matt
not
there?
Mat.
Oh.
Not a mat, not the fresh mat. And they got like a lot of like different programs if you want to do cardio, if you want to do weights, resistance. So at first there were like a few videos that were free on YouTube, and then if you go on their website for like £15 per month or something, you get like you unlock everything. And because I don't have £15 per month, but I have £50 for 1 month, I actually got into their website and I managed to like download everything that concerned me from their. I know this is piracy technically, but you know there's 14 people here. Hopefully not gonna narc on me. I got the exercise packages I wanted, and now I have them in my hard drive for when I want to use them. I've been following them ever since. That's pretty good actually, because I do have some like professional people giving me a schedule instead of just me lifting my weights randomly.
I just stick on like a TV show and do like 100 of everything,
Huh.
and then my arms fall off.
It's like your hair fall off, yeah. Because
Well, not
you
my
got
hair.
that reference. Okay, cool.
What?
I didn't get it. No,
I didn't get
No, you haven't seen One Punch Man?
no.
No.
Because like basically what he did was like he did 100 push-ups every day, 100 this, 100 that. I think
Alright.
he got so strong that his hair fell out. That was the
So
joke.
that's why it's bored. Okay.
Yeah. He said he basically the idea is he became a superhero by only doing this exercise every day, and it was 100 of each, and that was it. You should watch One Punch Man. It's hilarious.
I keep intending to. Yeah.
I tried. I didn't really get into it, but it might have just been at the wrong time. Need to try again.
It's pretty short. Like it's really not that many episodes. It's like 2 seasons only, I think. But I really like it.
I'm currently watching The Expanse. So.
Criminal Detective. Yep, that's me.
The Expanse. Wait, have we
It's
mentioned
like
this
a-
before?
Possibly. I don't know.
Is it good?
Where the babies?
It's good.
Where? Oh, Amazon.
It's on Prime. Yeah.
I just got a month's free Prime.
It used to be on Sci-Fi, but then they cancelled it, so Amazon picked it up. And
Okay.
Guys, I have has anyone seen WandaVision? Because I have a big theory that I want to test.
I have seen it, but I don't think
Matt,
you
I have
should.
a theory
I
without
don't
spoiling
think.
the show.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil the show. I'm just gonna say what I think. There's gonna be a really, really big cameo coming up that they hid from everyone.
Probably.
I think I know who it is. I think I know what the character is, but I'm not gonna say the character because that might be a spoiler. But I can say who the actor I think it's gonna be, right? Is that a spoiler? Can I say it?
I mean, if the actor's playing the person.
He's not. No, the actor is not in the series. He's not anywhere to be seen. It's just my idea.
I mean, if it's a theory, I guess.
I
you
don't
can-
base it on anything. I haven't seen. Nothing has leaked online. It's just like people. There's been a couple of people who said maybe that's happened. So it's not like a confirmed thing. It's just my theory. So I don't think I'm spoiling anything that's not happening, right? So my theory is that I think Keanu Reeves is gonna appear in the series.
Okay.
I base that because a lot of months ago, the MCU, like people said that they managed to get Keanu Reeves to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they haven't said anything about this. Like what part, what role, what's he gonna do? I think they're going to be having him be like a villain in the series because WandaVision is like really secretive about who the bad guy is. I think it's gonna be Keanu Reeves, and they have confirmed that there's gonna be a film with Doctor Strange and Wanda from WandaVision. Like it's gonna come out.
The multiverse of madness or whatever.
Yeah, that one. So my theory is that because this is the next phase of the Marvel whatever, that they're gonna need a big bad guy that's a new one. So I think they're going to cast Keanu Reeves to be the big bad guy in WandaVision to set him up for this big film. And I think if they do that, everyone's gonna lose their shit online. And I think it's gonna happen either on tomorrow's episode or the next one.
I mean, he's in everything else at the moment, so he might as
This
well
is
be
my
in
theory. If this happens, remember me and give me a high five because
Remember Costas.
so I'm spreading my rumors around just in case it happens. That was a
Haven't
spoiler. It's just smarty pantsy things.
it kind of would spoil it for me because no, I'm not watching it. Like if I was watching it, because it would then make me expect it. Where I'd rather like not know anything, which is why I
Sure,
don't
but
like
it's
to
the
watch.
same as when what's.
Which is why I
it
don't like to
feels
watch
for me-
trailers.
It feels for me the same as watching Game of Thrones, and no one knows what happens because the book hasn't been out, and I'm just like, my theory is the White Walker is gonna fly or whatever. So it doesn't apply to anything. It's just me doing nerdy talk about something I'm excited about.
How many episodes of Snowpiercer are out, by the way?
Oh, the fifth one came out a couple
Oh,
of
it's
days
only
ago.
on the 5th one. Okay. I don't know when to
Yeah, but
start
they're like
watching
an
it.
hour long, so
Might wait a bit more. So the problem is when it gets to the end, that's when like they start talking about it because then they feel like they can, like online,
yeah.
like everywhere. And I
Just
want
trying to
to
get spoiled
watch it
about
before
it
then.
all somehow. Because I would say the sooner
I
you
haven't.
watch it, actually the only spoiler you can get is like when you start watching the first episode. After that, it's kind of like nothing.
Okay. But the
too
annoying
spoilery.
thing as well is Netflix starts changing the images that they show for the shows.
That is why I told you you shouldn't get spoiled. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was worried.
I haven't
Yeah, I
seen
see what you
anything,
mean,
but yeah.
I know what you mean.
Right. Shall we stop? Because I need to go make some dinner, and Matt and I aren't really
Hang.
doing anything right
I'm
now.
just sitting here drinking cherry.
I'm working. I thought you guys were working. I'm just like.
No, we stopped a while ago. I think it's with the color
You're listening to my
things.
Keanu Reeves theory. No one in chat said anything about Keanu Reeves. You
Maybe
should
no one
be
watches
impressed by
it.
my theory. No, some people might.
Big
They
Hero
should.
6 is going in the MCU.
How is that happening?
Marvel. What is MCU?
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Cinematic. Okay, I was trying to remember what the C was for. On my screen, the spaceman for some reason keeps going to the left. It looks like he's like hanging over the cliff's edge.
He's literally falling off. He's like,
Yeah.
no, help me. Oh, you drew the X. Nice.
I did
Or is
not
it
draw
my
the eggs. That's prototype.
That's my shitty X.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I will do the eggs. We'll see. I'm just trying to get as much as I can on the background. I don't want to like stress myself out as much as I did last month.
Well, you can make a background without breaking a few eggs. Ha. Ha.
I've got does not make sense. I've got what was I saying? Yeah, I've got stuff playable from the first background, and then if I've got her movable in here, I'll try and get as much as I can on here to make it look more like a background, like it's finished sort of thing. And then just record that, and then we'll stick them together, and then put in your animations that you've got on your screen, and
Yeah. Do you know
Matt's
how hard
backgrounds.
it was for me to like cut your playtest thingy and make it make sense? Because it was like so big, and you were like, yeah, just give it 40 seconds. And I was like, what the hell? I have 5 minutes to work with. It was so hard to cut it down to make sense.
yeah, you
because
could have
there was
cut out way
something-
more. It doesn't have to make sense.
No, I didn't. I thought it had to make sense. I tried to
Oh,
keep
no.
all of a puzzle. Like if
I
you followed it,
noticed.
you solved it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I noticed it. Part of it, I was thinking, why did he put that in? Like, but
Because it was a puzzle.
yeah, it doesn't have to make sense. It's better for it to be chronological, but like you could just cut out bits. Like it doesn't have. I mean, you've seen the ones I did for like last time.
Yeah, I said it after.
Yeah.
Marvel Tiki Unitards. Oh, I guess Nathan doesn't like Marvel.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan.
No cameo in his in Chasing Static from Doctor
I like
Strange.
watching them, but I don't get it. I don't like. I'm not on edge every week going, oh, I must see the next one.
I am about WandaVision right now. This is pretty intense. I don't think I've seen it in any other thing Marvel did as of now.
I was more excited about Mandalorian, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm in the same way excited that I'm for the Mandalorian compared to like how not excited about Star Wars I am in general. It's the same for me about Marvel now. Haven't been that excited since Endgame, I guess.
Right. Should we say bye
Yes.
bye? Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Have a
everyone,
good
for
week.
I was
watching.
scrolling left and right, scrolling nervously left and right.
Can she
Thank
go all
you,
the way?
everyone.
Yeah. And we
I
will
think
be back.
Nathan likes. So I just want to say that I think Nathan likes Spider-Man because of the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game, which was fucking amazing, by the way, and you should like it. Low poly stuff. What is game of the game?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I see.
I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy. It
So
just
I
felt.
was reading that it's like got to go. Okay.
Right.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, it was.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We will be back on Monday.
Monday.
Is it Thursday today? Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, we're gonna be posting some cool stuff. Actually, Sarah, would you like to raid someone? Oh wait, what is Himataki doing? She's writing something. It's not game developing.
Kane comes out from side stage and pulls Costas off. I think Himataki's playing a game. What's... Yeah, she's playing a game at the moment, so I might not.
Okay. It's just he has a text editor on, but I'm not sure what's
Oh,
going
really?
on.
Right, yeah. Thanks, guys. Oh, bye, guys. See you Monday.
later.
Bye.
Bye bye.